What the fuck?
It's just like my dream, Papa.
Just about that time, the arrow flies by and sticks into the seat cushion. Ping!
Run, children!
All right, so the story left off with you guys basically being stranded on this mountain. Bit of a bloody fight with the two guys in the car. Pushed the burning car off the cliff to the valley below.
Now, none of us have made a mechanic roll, right?
Oh, wait, before we go any further, are we supposed to do a luck, do a roll for luck?
Why?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a luck check. We should do that at the beginning of each session. We should do it at the end of each session, technically, but... Yeah, do a luck check, and if you fail your luck roll, you can add 1d10 to your luck.
Did I fail? Oh, I did fail. 88.
You and Lee both failed. Congratulations.
Woo!
Both
So
failures.
add 1d10 to my luck?
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah, that's nice. Sean, are we, not to push my luck here, but are we doing other skill checks today or no?
Sure. Let's do the other skill checks.
Dude, Tom, and we rolled awesome. You rolled
Oh my
a 10.
God, you guys did awesome.
Wait, what did I roll? I can't see.
You rolled a 10, I rolled an 8.
Woo! Take that.
All right.
So open up your chat box, top right there, Tom. It'll show you what you're rolling.
I get my character sheet. It's up. I covered it. Here we go. Come here.
All the rolls show up in chat.
Yep, I see it.
Oh,
10.
you gotta be kidding me.
All right, Sparky increases his dodge by 1.
That could be the one that saves me.
Could be.
Right.
It certainly saved me this last time. All right. Well, that one's not going up. Damn.
We're only rolling for luck, right? We're not rolling for any other skill.
Go ahead and do your
No,
skill
we
check.
need all skill checks.
Okay, so I only have library use and fight brawl from last time, I believe.
Make sure you uncheck them after you roll for them.
Damn.
I know, right?
I
It's
knew
the one
that
time
was-
you don't want to see green.
I know.
Lee, you failed like crazy on your library use roll.
Yeah, I know. Yay!
Nice job.
Is that still 1 to 10?
Yes.
1d10.
Nice.
The 8s are liking me tonight.
It's crazy 8s, Lee. Crazy
Yes.
8s.
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah.
Boo.
Ooh. All right. That's it for me.
All right.
Where's
Sure you-
firearms? Hold on.
sure you uncheck 'em.
Yeah, I'm gonna open my sheet real quick. Yes, they're unchecked.
Roll that already? Oh no, I already rolled firearms. Okay, take that back. Okay. That's it. That's all I got.
All right, cool. Make sure they're all unchecked.
I will be done.
All right, so we've got this car in front of us, and it's spewing fluid all over the place. Is that right?
Yeah.
I try to
it's getting
repair
late
it.
at night. It's dark. It's probably about 10:30 p.m.
Doc or Alessio, shine a light on here. I want to try to repair it.
You guys are up on this mountain road.
All right, man. I'll illuminate. I'll grab Sparky's flashlight and shine it into the engine compartment and let Sparky try to do his mechanical repair.
All right, looks like there's a gaping hole in the radiator.
Oh, we can pee in the radiator. I saw it on Red Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
We can fix that.
Well, let's see if
I guess
see
we
if you
can
guys
drive
get
it.
running with a mechanical repair roll.
All right, I'm gonna go first. Nope, didn't make it.
I'll go. I'll try.
This doesn't look anything like a tennis racket.
Fail. 95. Oh my god, I almost broke it.
Okay, and I will. Let's see here.
Yeah, a fumble would be
You,
bad.
you fumble around because you think you dropped your cocaine in there.
Should this hose be attached? Whoa, wait.
Yeah, it looks like the radiator's shot. The car won't even start. There may be more damage to the engine as well, because it won't even crank over. The direction you guys are traveling is kind of slightly downhill, going down the mountain. This road kind of winds around the edge of the mountain.
I turned.
If you
Oh,
look,
go ahead. Sorry.
if you look at the map here, it kind of shows basically generally where you are. The red pin there. You guys are about. It's a little bit further than that, actually. You guys are about 10 miles out of Canich. Wait, it should be here actually.
What about this place, Bewley?
Should be right there.
Oh, okay, okay, you're moving the dot. Okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Well, how close are we to Struy?
A few miles. It's kind of down, at the bottom of the mountain.
Can we coast this? Can we coast the car down?
Yeah, as I said, that could be risky, but you could try. Yeah. And you're not sure on how good the brakes are in this thing.
Doctor, do you think we should call an area traveler?
Ooh.
I mean, it'd push him over the edge, I think.
Oh, the doctor?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Van Helsing is indefinitely insane at the moment.
I think it would snap his noodle.
Call an aerial traveler and have them carry us down or something?
Just to protect us, man, because these guys came out of nowhere,
Now
Just to bind them and have them follow us, and attack anything that comes along.
What does that entail to cast?
Might have to ask Sean that.
Yeah, let's look at it.
And what kind of sanity impact am I looking at? I mean,
We've
like
already seen it, so
That's true.
For each magic point sacrificed, the chance of a successful cast is 10% per magic point.
Sacrifice permanently?
No.
These are magic points, which come back.
Okay.
You get 1 back per hour. The spell also costs 1d3 sanity points to cast. The spell is active only on nights when Aldebaran is above the horizon. October through March are the best months. You're not quite sure the status of that. And then, of course, you may take, some sanity from the thing showing up.
It's 1d3. Oh, 1d3 plus whatever I take for looking at these things?
I think Sparky and you have seen them before. Alessio hasn't.
Yeah.
So does that mean I'm okay with seeing them again?
Yeah. I mean,
well, and what's the cost?
You may lose a little, Tom, depending if you can make your sanity roll or not. But
what is the cost to bind it so we can call it?
It's a power versus power.
So who's got the best power, you or Doctor?
I've got a 45.
I have a 65.
There you go.
Well, I mean, I have 9 points to call this thing.
I have 13.
I know, but you can't be the one doing it.
Yeah, I think he's got to be because he's got the highest magic points and the highest power.
Yeah, but can I handle it? Will it crack me?
I'm not for doing it, man. I think we should try to either cart our asses down to this town as quickly as possible.
We'll probably lose you forever, man. I don't think we want to do that here. So if it comes down to it, we'll barricade you and you might have to call it in the midst of combat or something.
All right, I'll go with that. I'll be ready just in case. Okay.
Let's grab our shit and run as quick as we can to Struy and get into a fucking house.
Yeah, and speaking of your shit, you guys have a 150-pound iron box containing something.
Oh shit,
as
that's
well as
right.
all of your other
Yeah, this is why I think maybe attempting to coast down with the car. I know it's risky, but
All right, man, let's give it a shot.
Okay.
is the road that is the road that treacherous, Sean? I mean, is it
Absolutely, it is. Yes.
is it okay?
But
Well,
it's not like they had disc brakes or anti-lock brakes back then. I mean, it's always, you know, it. Why would the risk be more now that the radiator doesn't work versus normal driving? I mean, wouldn't we be in the same boat either way?
I don't know. Alessia, you have a drive automobile skill, don't you?
Not really, just the base.
Yeah.
I've just been the default driver because it's been, you know, I haven't been trying to do anything crazy. That's been my whole my whole approach is to try to be slow and calm, you know, not drive like a madman, so I don't have to drive, so I don't have to roll. But I guess that's huh?
Did you fail your drive roll? Did you get any additional bonus to your drive roll? Doing the roll you just did?
No.
Okay.
No.
No,
He
failed it and crashed. Yeah. He crashed the limo.
Yeah. I didn't make my 10% or 20% or whatever it is. You know.
I think it's 20. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 150 pounds is a lot, but I guess if two people carry it, one on each end, it's not that bad. I mean, it's
yeah. Alessio could probably take a good measure of that. You're a big, strong boy, aren't you?
Sure, man. I'll take it. Who's got the elephant gun? Load that thing and let's fucking get the hell out of here. If I can throw that thing on my back.
I got the elephant gun.
You have a bunch of other crap with you. You know, maybe a couple or a few suitcases with clothes, you know, stuff like that.
Through the clothes.
I mean,
actually, don't you guys have a strong box with you as well? Or did you? Is that what you guys put in the safe deposit box?
That's what's in the safe deposit box.
Yeah, we dropped all our stuff there in the safe deposit box, and
all you guys have is the Latin Necronomicon out of all that stuff, right?
Right.
I think a couple of the gold medallions.
Yep.
Out the elder sign.
Yep.
The shield.
Not the shield. The shield.
The shield's actually in the safety deposit box on top of all the other stuff.
Yeah. That is correct. Yes.
And the Starstone. You guys have that, right?
Yeah, yes. Sparky's got that in his pocket.
He's got the Starstone.
Yep.
And I have that. I picked up that guy's shotgun.
Yep. Yes, and I had my shotgun, and now we have the elephant gun.
And I've got the club of smiting.
Got my hatchets, my machete, and my throwing knife and my garrote.
And that guy's arm.
Yeah, and the guy's arm.
That's right.
So are you guys? So you're going to take the iron box and your weapons.
And I guess
what about the suitcases?
Only the essentials.
Only essentials. Okay.
Only the essentials. We can come back for this, or I'm just like it sucked. But if I had to buy that, guys, I would.
We should probably burn everything because I'm afraid if some witches got a hold of our personal items, they could probably use some kind of hex on them. So I say we burn the whole fucking car, man.
That's a good idea.
I say we burn the whole damn car. Grab one of those jerry cans. We got 2 jerry cans worth of gas. I fucking pour it on everything, man.
All right.
Get our valuable shit. Destroy any incidentals that they could use to put a hex on us. Alessio knows about this kind of stuff, man. He's from Italy. They know about this stuff.
And he's superstitious as hell.
He is superstitious, yeah. And he's super Catholic too.
Bad mojo. Okay.
Does the sign of the cross and fucking lights that shit on fire. All right, let's go. We fucking go.
He has a whole pre-garroting ritual.
All right, so you're taking everything out of the car and just starting a bonfire on the road there, basically?
We want to roll
something that we can push down the hill on top of the other exploded car.
Yeah, roll it over as it burns and crashes and careens to the ground.
Yeah, it's got to look like the ending to every Toons' The Driving Cat sketch.
We can leave the car parked there. We just need to burn the personal stuff, man.
Oh, really? I was thinking throw the car over the edge and let it explode like the other one. Maybe the witch will think we died with her henchmen.
Okay, sure, yeah, excellent. That's a great idea, Doctor. Very devious. I like that.
Burn it.
Alessio, you're in the car. And you're looking in the glove box, to make sure you're not leaving anything behind or whatever. Maybe Sparky left his gloves in there. And the old-timey rear view mirrors that kind of attached to the dashboard in the middle, right in front of you. You're kind of leaned over in the glove box, and you're looking in there, and you're like, "Oh, Sparky left his gloves," and you grab his gloves, and you glance over, and you're looking in the rearview mirror. You see a blonde-haired woman sitting in the back seat of the limo.
Oh fuck!
And you look, and she's got this kind of sort of blank expression on her face, but she's sitting right in the middle, in the second row of seats back behind you.
I swing the machete. Yeah.
Well, reflexively, you kind of turn, look over your shoulder, and you don't see her there. And then you look back in the rearview mirror, and she's not there anymore.
Oh fuck! See.
So I jump out of the limo and tell these gentlemen exactly what I just saw.
Give me a sanity check.
Oh shit! Burn the fucking car.
All of us, or just Lee?
Just Alessio.
Let's see here.
God damn your storytelling. It's so good I had to roll sanity.
There we go.
Oh my god.
All right, lose one sanity point, Lee. Alessio loses one sanity point.
And a gray hair pops out.
So you kind of get out of the car, and you're looking in the back seat, and then you kind of go back and you look in the other back seat, and then you open the door and you're looking in there. There's nobody in there, but you
I'm
swear you
probably
saw
with
her.
my machete.
She was there. She was there. Just a moment ago.
The witch is upon us.
Yep.
The witch is upon us.
Nuke the car, throw it over the cliff. Get rid of it. All of it.
Yep. It needs to go down the hill, Bernie burn.
All right, so you guys are just gonna set it on fire?
Yep.
Yeah, and then roll it down the hill.
Off the cliff?
Yep.
Yeah,
right.
not down into town.
All right, so you push the old jalopy off the cliff, and it kind of tumbles down the side of the cliff, down the side of the mountain there, and you see it kind of land down there. There's still smoldering wreckage of the other car down there. And now there are two, and there's black smoke kind of coming up the side of the mountain now.
Would the first explosion, would that have been visible from Canich?
Probably not.
What
Now
about
with the mountainous and hilly terrain between here and there.
What about
it is a good 10 miles away.
What about Struy? Would they see it from there?
Possibly.
So maybe it's on the way.
Yeah, Struy kind of lies at the base of the mountain down below somewhere on the road.
All right, man. We freaking run.
All right, so you guys
we go as fast as we can with the trunk in our hands.
All right, so you guys are going down to the north, down towards Struy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, as you guys walk for a good 20 minutes, and the road begins leveling out a bit, and you get to a point where the cliff is no longer dropping off to the right, off the side of the mountain. It's just this kind of very rocky, woody terrain coming up as you're walking. And about a half hour later, the road levels off, and you guys are in a sort of wooded area. And you're assuming that Struy is not too far ahead, another couple miles or so. What happened here? Okay.
Oblivion. No.
It's that damn blood fog. It's back.
So you guys are walking through the woods, basically. It's got to be past midnight now. And Alessio, the box is just getting heavier and heavier. And you guys are having to move a little slower now. Yeah, Sparky, you can help them.
Yeah, I definitely want to help him.
But it's just really awkward to carry. It's a really, really heavy box.
I give them all a bump of Coke, get them a little juiced up. Here, this will help you.
Probably would.
It did.
Thanks, Doctor.
All of you at the same time, off to your right through the woods, begin seeing some lights. It's like the soft glow of what appears to be electric light at first. And it's kind of blinking. Several of them, probably 6 to 8 separate lights. You can see not too far away through the woods, off to your right, off the road. And your first thought is that it looks like maybe some people out there with electric torches or lanterns or flashlights or something.
Uh-oh.
But then, as the lights begin getting a little closer, you can see that the lights are actually at about treetop level. And it's sort of an oblong cluster of faintly glowing light. And they begin getting a little closer, and you get a better look at them. And they appear to be not necessarily glowing spheres, but more like globules of light. And it doesn't seem right or natural, because these lights are up in the trees.
I say we call airy travelers now.
And they are moving of their own accord. They're just kind of gliding through the night, and they seem to weave from tree to tree, floating by the topmost branches of the trees out there. And they seem to kind of, sometimes they'll stop.
How far off is this, Sean?
And then they'll move to another tree, maybe 50 or 60 yards out off the road in the woods out there.
So, I say we avert our eyes from these things, man, and hoof it as fast as we can. At least I'm not looking at them, dude. I'm like, let's get the fuck out. I'm like, let's get the fuck out of here.
Do we see the lights of the town anywhere?
No, not yet.
I mean, I think these things are hunting us, man.
Yeah, let's run. Let's move.
Run to where? We can't even see the town from here.
Well, it's somewhere forward.
How far away are they, Sean?
About 50 or 60 yards out
How
in the
far
woods.
is the town, do we think?
What's
It's hard
that,
to say. Probably another few miles, maybe 5 miles tops.
Dude, we're not gonna make it. We fought stuff like this before. It's gonna get ugly.
Yeah, well, there is an elephant gun and shotgun. I can open up on these fucking. You can open up on these fucking things, man, if you want.
And a ball of light?
Well, other than that, I mean,
Several of them. It looks like there's maybe 6.
You could cast the spell. I mean, it's
gonna suck, man. I really don't want you to do it, but I don't know that we have an option here. Like 6 of these globule things, whatever the hell they are,
It's either cast the spell, open up, run.
Yeah, regular weapons may not work on them too, man. It's just something to think about.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, they may not, but I mean, it's.
As we move down the road, we continue moving down the road. Do we see these lights? Do they continue to follow us from 50 yards out, but they fall in our direction?
They have. You guys, you've been watching them for about 10 minutes now, and they do seem to be kind of shadowing you out there about 50 or 60 yards out.
We haven't stopped moving this whole time, right? We're continuing to move down the road.
Yeah. Tom, Dr. Van Helsing, it does cross his mind. He's read some of those occult books and stuff like that, like starting back at the lodge, things like that. You do remember reading in one of these books on witchcraft of descriptions of something that was called pine lights, or otherwise known as witch lights or willow wisps. And they're described as these sort of balls of light that are seen out in swamps and forests and things like that. also known as corpse lights. You remember reading about them?
What do they
They're just-
represent? Just the presence of the witch, or
You don't know. You just remember reading some vague passage in one of those witchcraft books about these lights, that appear out in the woods places.
I tell everybody, I've seen this before, or I've read of this before.
Yeah, something vague about them being guardians of special places or some such.
Oh, guardians of special places.
I say we keep moving down the path, man. I mean, we'll keep an eye. I mean, I'm not looking at them, but let's keep moving.
there's anything
We'll keep
we
moving
learned-
down the path.
If there's anything we learned
Guardians
from
of
reading
special
Tolkien-
places. What are they guarding?
Just keep your elephant gun ready, Doctor. Let's keep moving.
Should we go investigate the lights?
We can go back and investigate this area in the daylight. We need to get the hell out of here, man. The witch is upon us. Come on, let's go. The witch is upon us.
All right. We take note of where these lights are in the woods, and we keep going forward. But I take note because I think we need to come back here.
Yeah, it's somewhere along the road between, the mountain and the town of Struy.
But I mean,
Put a
I
mark-
look on the road and I look for like any kind of marker, like a mile marker or a tree or a
Unless you
rock.
go put a mark into that tree over there with your machete.
I'll walk up to a tree and hack a V into it with the machete. There you go,
There you
Doctor.
go. Perfect. Okay.
For Van Helsing.
We come back. Yeah, big V for there you go. Big V for Van Helsing. We're coming back.
Exactly.
All right, so Sparky, you've got this this like small book. It's like an atlas that has some maps in it. Let me give everybody an opportunity here to make a navigate roll. See if you guys can judge where you are on the road. I mean, it is night. It's dark. It's kind of hard to say exactly where you guys are.
Fail.
Everybody probably has
Miserably.
a 10%.
Do we get an adrenaline bonus?
That adrenaline bonus. That
We're
would
gonna
probably
die.
that would probably get you further lost. Oh, you're so close, Lee.
Ooh,
I'll
use
push
some
my
luck.
luck. I'll use the luck, dude. I'll use my luck on that.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can push rolls too, or you can ask me
Yeah.
if you can push the roll.
What does that mean?
So is that I'll use
That
I'll
means-
use seven.
That means
Seven
that
luck
you
points.
get to roll the skill check again. Okay. And if you succeed the second time, then you pass the check. But if
Okay.
you fail, there could be severely negative consequences from pushing the roll. The thing is, you also have to justify pushing it. You have to kind of give us, or me, the GM, and the other players, an idea of what you're doing in that situation to
Okay.
push the roll.
But the severely negative consequence would be related to the roll, right? It's like if I push navigation, I just get extra lost. It's not like Nyarlathotep would come and visit me or something, right? I mean,
You don't know, man, but it's usually as the book that kind of describes it as it gives the GM an opportunity
Tragic.
to push the horror.
Yeah, it would be tragic.
Tragic, yeah. In most cases, failed push rolls can be tragic,
tragic.
leading
Okay.
Yeah.
up to not only horror but possible death or dismemberment.
Okay, I don't like push, so Lee, use your luck.
Yeah, I'm not pushing. I'm definitely burning the 7 luck points I need.
Okay, you don't get the check for the skill, but you do think that you're very, very close to this town. You should reach it within the next 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. Because you're not off the mountain, you can kind of see the shadow of the mountain up above you. And according to the map, the town is just a couple miles near the base of the mountain here.
Now remember, Sparky, you have a flare gun too, so don't be afraid to use that as a weapon because that thing fucking burns like a
Yeah, man,
motherfucker.
if I can not burn another car to the ground, yes.
And there's been
Should
no traffic on
happens.
this road. No cars have passed by. Nobody's
No.
put a check on the burning flame in the valley. Nothing.
No, and you guys have been walking for nearly an hour now.
Wow.
We're keeping a brisk pace.
Yeah, as you continue walking, these dark clouds begin to roll in. They kind of start blocking out the starlight and the moonlight above you. and things get very dark. Almost to where you can only see maybe 30 or 40 feet in front of you. Are you guys using any light sources on the road?
Yeah,
Until
I've got my
now.
flashlight.
Okay, until now, I mean, you've had some moonlight to go by, but now that these dark clouds have kind of come in, and the trees also are kind of growing. They seem to be growing a little closer to the road, and the boughs of the trees are kind of almost meeting each other above you on this road. So Sparky gets out his flashlight so you guys can see. And almost at the same time that you turn on your flashlight, Sparky, you begin hearing these sounds out in the woods. Somewhere off to the west, it sounds like, off to the left of the road. And it also almost sounds like the sound of like a horse. The galloping of hooves. Just fairly distant. But you can all hear it.
I don't know. Can you guys hear the horse? I say we call the airy traveler. This has gotten way worse here in the last few minutes.
It has, but remember, man, we've got an elephant gun and a shotgun and machete. I say we keep going. Let's go.
I want magic.
Apparently, you do want magic, but I'd hate to see the doctor just totally flip his gourd.
Well, he'll have to make the final call there.
So when you guys hear this, it kind of prompts you to kind of stop. And Sparky, you're shining your light kind of out in the woods over there. And you're like, hey, guys, we should call the airy travelers. And you can see that Sparky's hand's kind of shaking, holding the flashlight. And the sound of these hooves, they start intensifying a bit. You can hear them very clearly now. You hear what sounds like breaking branches or something out there in the woods now. Fairly close.
It's
call the airy traveler.
All right, I call the airy traveler. I start casting the spell.
You begin hearing some strange sounds out in the woods, fellas.
Airy traveler.
It sounds almost like a howling or
werewolf.
Whatever it is, it's not human.
Werewolf. Airy travelers on our way to help us.
Doesn't sound like a wolf.
You're not that lucky.
I start the spell. I say, give me cover, gentlemen.
All right, yeah. Me and Alessio.
Prevent any crude interruptions.
Dude, that goes on your tombstone.
All right, Tom. So how many magic points are you going to spend? You get a 10% chance for summoning for each point that you spend. And
summon that fucking thing.
And note also that it can take some time for these things to show up.
Right.
After the casting. I believe, according to this, if you look at it, remember last time you guys cast it, 2 of them showed up, and it took a good 10 minutes after the casting was done.
Shit.
It's better than nothing, man. We got 45 minutes or 30 minutes to walk to the town. So
now, last time, gentlemen, remind me, when we cast it, we didn't need to spend more points to bind it, did we?
The binding is based on your power, and you have a 65, I think, right?
Yeah, the last time we got excited because we summoned them and forgot to bind them, and they came back and freaked out on us.
No. I think they got they got changed by Walter Scott or whatever. He turned them against us.
Yeah, if we had bound them.
I think. Do I need to save magic points to bind these things?
No, just
it's based on your power. It's a resistance roll, I believe, against your power, Tom. So you don't have to worry about that. Burn as many points as you feel necessary to bind these things.
So if I spend 10 magic points, that's a 100% chance. Is that how
you'll call them for sure at 100%.
I'm just I'm looking for the downside of having only 3 magic points left. What does that mean?
That means
you only have
to step into the fray and use my magic points.
Okay, I use 10 magic points. I want these things. Okay. And to help maybe speed it up a little bit.
And either way you look at it, if you do summon them and you tell them to protect us, no matter where, you know what I mean? Even if it's like over the night or whatever. So might as well go forward, man. Burn
Right.
the magic points.
I cast
All right,
it.
Tom. So, all right. So a 96 to 100 is always a failure.
Copy that.
So go ahead and roll a percentile.
All right.
Woo!
You needed all of those points, baby.
Yes, I did.
Well, nine would have sufficed, but yeah,
Well, okay. That's
if you want to get
That's okay.
technical.
You listen. You know, we're not.
But the extra 10 made the distance bigger. So
All right.
Good work, Doctor.
All right, Van Helsing. So you get out Jacob Cronenshield's whistle, and you blow it, and you do the incantation. Van Helsing loses 2 sanity points.
Shit.
Now you're really, really hoping. You remember the spell being very specific about the spell can only be active on nights when Aldebaran, the star, is above the horizon. And you're not really sure if that's the case. So, but as far as you know, you incanted the spell correctly, and you have the prerequisite whistle. So now you just have to wait.
We keep moving. I mean, do we have to stay here, or can we move and these things will come to us?
As far as you know, they'll come to you.
Okay.
Oh, so we can keep going.
All
And
right.
we do.
All right. You begin hearing these sounds again.
guns are loaded and ready.
And now, on the horizon, you can see faint firelight. Probably maybe some outlying residences, of the town. Just very faintly through the trees, you can see these firelights. They look like maybe torches or campfires.
You can send up a flare, Sparky. You have 6 of them.
Yeah, I guess I could. All right, I'll shoot a flare up.
Okay. Sparky, you shoot the flare up into the sky, and it kind of travels in ahead of you. And all of you see on the road ahead of you, a couple hundred feet ahead, you see this sort of wispy white shape on the road. It appears to be a very large 2-legged animal of some kind. Looks similar to a horse.
Flare it.
Or something. And you only see it for like a few seconds. Strikingly, it seems to have like the front part of it looks very similar to a horse. It's got this sort of long looking face, but the rear of it looks just kind of wispy and white, almost like smoke or fog. And you only see it for a few seconds, and then the flare dies out.
Just had to shoot a flare.
How far is it? Too far to shoot at?
You're all still not even sure that you really saw it, but
Oh,
you all
boy.
kind of look at each other like, kind of, did you see that?
It's gonna be another weird night.
Obviously, you all saw it.
Hopefully someone from the village saw the flare. Let's keep moving.
All right. Everybody give me a listen roll.
All right.
Damn it.
Made it.
I don't hear Jack.
I got a hilarious roll. But other than that,
All right.
I
only,
didn't make it.
only Sparky made it.
No, only Lee made it.
Oh, only Lee made it.
Yeah.
Alessio.
Alessio.
All right, check that skill, Alessio.
I did.
So you guys are kind of trying to truck it, along here. And Alessio, you're kind of struggling with this box. Sparky's got one end of it. And you've got sweat pouring down your face, and you're looking out into the woods around you.
Mom, let me.
And you hear off to your right something very nearby. And you look, and you don't see anything, but you hear the sound of hooves, kind of like stamping in the woods, just feet away from you. And you see some of the shrubs and bushes moving.
I'm like, shoot over there. I point my hand. I'm like, right there.
All right, and
Fire.
I let
in my
flare
elephant
gun
gun.
right out to it.
All right, Sparky. So you're like, you let a flare loose, and it just kind of hits the ground about 30 feet away, and it's burning. You don't see anything, but now you can all hear. It's kind of more behind you now, very close in the woods, within feet. This sound, it's very loud, almost like it's the sound of like a horse makes. You can hear like stamping hooves.
Dude, bust out
You don't see anything.
the elder sign.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll get the elder sign and kind of put it in front of me. The thing is with the elder sign, like, it basically would protect my hand, or you could put it on top of something. It's not going to be terribly effective here.
Is there a cave or a rock or an alcove or anything around here that we could like crawl into and put the elder sign in front of it?
A hollow tree.
A hollow tree, yeah, anything like that.
Alessio, you could tailor us up a lean-to real fast, right?
All right, so Alessio, you're like, oh, over there. And Sparky, you kind of pull out your flare gun, shoot, and kind of lights up the woods around you, but you don't see anything. So Sparky, you're kind of reaching down, into your pocket, searching for the Starstone. Van Helsing, you're looking around for somewhere to hide or whatever. You're thinking, oh, it's because you think you remember the elder sign's only good for this or whatever. At this point, Alessio, you feel this almost, it's like an invisible force smash into you.
Oh, man.
Can I dodge?
Where's my aerial travelers?
Roll a percentile for me, Lee.
Just a raw percentile.
Just a raw percentile.
Okay. Yeah, 35.
All right.
Perfect.
So Alessio, you feel this invisible force kind of smash into you. You guys see Alessio, Sparky, you're kind of standing right next to him because you're holding the box with him. He let go of the handle of the box, and you see Alessio go flying about 10 feet off the road into the sort of ditch on the side of the road to your left.
Okay.
Alessio, you take 2 points of damage. You see him, he actually kind of flies through the air. You hear this impact.
I was bringing my shotgun up. Do I have anything to shoot at?
Well, now the box is lying on the ground because Alessio let go of it, so it kind of slips from your grip, and you're pulling out your shotgun. So Van Helsing and Sparky, your eyes kind of follow to where Alessio is lying in the ditch. He seems to be,
grabbing the box.
Yeah, he seems to be getting up, and
I grab the box. I don't let anything grab that box. No way. I sit on it.
You hear this horrible howling sound coming from your right, and so your eyes travel from Alessio, who's lying in the ditch, to the other side of the road, kind of behind you and to the right, and you see this enormous figure about 12 feet high.
Oh, fuck.
And it has the semblance of a horse, but it's got this long face, but it has this sort of wispy, foggy-looking tongue or something coming out of its face. And you can see its forelimbs are multi-jointed. They have like 6 joints that end in hooves. And it's sort of looming above you, about 12 feet in the air.
Elephant gun, flare gun,
Fire.
airy travelers.
I'm letting the shotgun go, man.
hide behind the chest. I hide behind the chest and bust out the elephant gun.
All right, hang on a second. What's
Just fire with the elephant gun. Just don't fire both barrels, Tom. Just fire one barrel at once.
No, I remember that from last time.
Just give me a second. Let me set up initiative real quick.
Hopefully, someone saw the flare from the village and.
I know. I'm looking for like American Werewolf in London kind of thing, where the villagers come out and help us.
You know, I bet they're probably like it's that time of year or night or whatever.
Surely there's a priest or a magistrate there who's like, we must help the people on the wars. They're being attacked by the witch.
Or an archbishop who's big into exorcisms. And
exactly. That's how you earn that Your Excellency title, baby. Call you whatever you want. Get us off the mountain.
Have faith, my children. The meek shall inherit the earth.
All right. Sparky has a dex of 85.
Oh, Alessio's praying he gets the chance to do a confession because he's been delinquent. He's not really happy where he is in his Catholic.
Probably not.
He needs to confess quite a few sins. He's a little upset. He may end here.
I've been very busy.
Absolve him of all his sins. I'll be happy to. It may cost him.
Oh, Monsignor. Oh yeah, of course. Donations to the church are
a small donor.
Yeah, just a small lobby.
You greedy city priest, you.
All right, let's see here. This could be bad, fellas.
On the edge of my seat.
Where are these damn travelers, man?
Just stay right there.
I don't need them to pick up my bodies.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I need Sparky and Van Helsing to make a sanity check.
Good.
Didn't make it.
This is obviously a horse of a different color.
Oh, yay. Good job, man.
Ooh, extreme make it?
Holy crap.
Dude, the doctor does a big bump and stares right at it and is like, fuck you! Fuck you!
One eye looks forward, the other eye to the left, and I said, I've seen worse.
Sparky loses 3 sanity.
All right.
Extreme, that means I get to spit at it.
I need you guys to make another sanity check.
Tom French kisses with its ethereal wispy tongue.
Oh my god, I rolled 100.
Oh, I gotta make another one?
Yeah. And this is from the horrible sound that it's making.
Shit.
Man, I think I'm getting all the terrible rolls out of me. Hoping.
I failed the noise roll.
I can't see your roll.
Got a 41.
Right
Okay, there it is.
Populate, yeah.
All right, so Sparky loses 1. Van Helsing, you lose 2.
Damn it.
At this point, Dr. Van Helsing, you see this thing looming in the air. It's not even touching the ground because you only see its forelimbs before it, and ending in these hooves that are about the size of dinner plates. Okay, and this thing's head is gigantic. The rear part of it seems to kind of end in this wispy, foggy smoke. It's kind of a whitish gray looking substance. And this thing moves towards you, and you see its mouth open as it's coming at you.
Oh my god.
How do you fight a cloud?
You call an airy traveler.
I did.
455 Weatherby Express Magna, man. That's your best hope now, Tom. Pray for good old English giant cartridge love. Fire that elephant gun, baby. Woo! You might want to fire both barrels and take the hit points.
He's going to take some serious hit points.
So Tom, you have an option to dodge right now, or fight back.
I dodge.
Or do some kind of maneuver. We're looking at a fighting brawl roll if it's fight back.
look at your score? Look at your scores, Tom. What's your dodge? What's your fight? What's your
Dodge is 35.
and you can use your luck. You can use your luck on your dodge roll, right, Sean?
No, you can't. You can't use luck on any combat rolls.
Oh, real? Oh, okay. I thought it was just
Not at all.
hand to hand. Okay.
But when we play the Captain Kirk version of the game, you can.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. You know, 7th edition they came out with a pulp version of the game. It's a whole separate book. You can play pulp.
I saw
The
that.
Shatner version.
Is that what that is?
The Shatner version.
It basically is. Yeah, it's kind of like the Indiana Jones version of Call of Cthulhu, where you get more hit points and you get like more special abilities and.
So I've got a 35 dodge. I got a 35 brawl.
So that's a wash.
Yeah, so you might. Well, so there you go.
And firearms is 54. I'm just not sure if firearms going to do anything to
Dude,
this.
I would dodge. I think.
Yeah,
this
thing's like 4 or 5 times as large as a man. You know, this is how big this thing is.
So that's what elephant guns are made for, man. Shoot a rhinoceros and elephant, right?
Yeah, so any kind of like wrestling maneuvers or fighting back might not do you much good. So you want to try to dodge?
Yep.
All right, so now that you're dodging, though, you're going to lose your attack this round.
Got to do it.
Okay, go ahead and roll your dodge. And it's going to roll for a bite here.
Oh!
I made an
Oh my god, dude!
Yeah, dodge wins on ties.
What?
Dodge wins on ties.
Nice roll, Doctor.
I mean,
roll.
what an awesome
The
roll,
cocaine.
though.
The cocaine is working.
Oh yeah, man.
It got an extreme success, and you got an extreme success. So check your dodge skill.
Okay, done.
So
That's
as this thing opens its mouth, comes down at you, you kind of get down on one knee and do like a shoulder roll, trying to get out of its way. Sparky, what are you doing? This thing's coming after the doctor hard.
I press the shotgun directly against its body and pull the trigger.
All right.
So I get lots of bonuses because I'm right there up on him point blank.
Well, you get a bonus.
Airy Traveler in the turn order.
What's that?
How come I don't see Airy Traveler in the turn order screen here?
Harry Traveler's not there yet.
Damn it.
And you don't see the thing in it either because only I know. But we're going in Dex order here, starting with Sparky. So Sparky, go ahead and give me a firearms roll for the shotgun. You get a bonus die, so roll the gray, click the gray, and you'll get the +1 row is what you want to look at.
I didn't make it. Dang.
All right, so you rolled a 68, or 68 was your best roll between the two. Alessio, you're in the ditch. You're kind of getting up on your feet. You see this thing hovering over Dr. Van Helsing, who's kind of down on one knee. And this thing comes down at him. He dodges out of the way, and you see its eyes. They're what kind of strikes you. It has these sort of yellow-orange flames for eyeballs. I need Alessio to make a sanity check.
Okay.
Nice.
Made it?
Yep.
Okay, give me another one.
And that was a good one. That was 21. So nailed it. Oh, rolled a 5.
All right, man.
Nice.
Alessio is a rock. He remembers the story from his grandmother about these things. He's like, I know you.
Yeah, I mean, as you stand up, because you didn't see it when it first came out of the woods, you know. So now you're kind of stand up. You got the sweat running down your face, and you look over, and for a moment, you almost have to double take, because at first you think, "Am I really seeing this?" But you have a chance to do something now.
I attack it with the machete, man. I freaking both hands come down. Raw.
All right, go ahead. It's a fighting brawl check.
Take no attack this thing. Rolled a 2.
Nice. Cut off its hoof.
Oh my god!
We'll call it Gimpy. Gimpy the horse.
You took one flaming eyeball as yours.
4 damage.
Oh, that's not damage. That's a sorry. I didn't roll damage there. Okay, so it's what is it? It's 1d8 plus 1 to 4. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do it first.
Ugh.
Huh. 3, but I did get an impale, I think. So it should be horrible damage. Horrible damage. Great rolls.
All right, Alessio. So you go running across the road at this thing, and whack! Your machete sticks into its neck, and you have to kind of work a little bit to kind of pull it free. And as you do, you see this kind of wispy smoke coming off of your blade. Dr. Van Helsing, it's your turn.
I shoot my elephant gun at it.
The machete definitely connected. Elephant gun, huh?
Cool.
All right, at point blank range, you get a bonus die. So click the gray button for firearms. And 1 barrel or 2.
How many points do you take if I fire 2?
1d4.
1d4.
And if you fail to hit, you also drop the rifle.
I take 1. I do 1 dice. 1 barrel.
Okay. Click the gray button next to firearms then. And you're looking at the +1 row. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, you rolled a 71. It's a good thing you had the bonus die, or would have rolled 100.
Yeah,
Oh man.
that was awful.
What's up with these point blank firearms rolls, guys? You can't seem to hit anything. All right. Boom!
We're just trying to wake up the neighbors, trying to get the area travelers to get here earlier.
All right, hang on a second, I need to tell Andy. All right.
Don't forget your hand-to-hand, Sparky.
Oh yeah, well I'm gonna have to because it was the double barrel, so I'm gonna go straight to
The club.
the beating club.
All right, the thing is going.
The horse thing. It's awesome.
All right. Let's see here. This thing's going to use its attack on here. All right. So this gigantic thing is looming over all 3 of you guys on the road, and it begins kind of flailing its hooves at you, Sparky. Oh, hang on. That's my phone. I need to get that. Hold on. Shit.
Oh, dude, seriously?
What's your dodge? What's your dodge roll, Sparky?
My dodge is 55, and my fight brawl is 75.
Ooh.
So, but with the dodge, you know, if we tie, I win. If it's fight brawl, you pretty much outright have to win that one, you know.
Yeah, but so 70 something? That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try that, but hopefully I won't be stomped to death by the pretty pony.
I think you might want to dodge, man.
All right, yeah. So that's the question, Sparky. You're gonna dodge. You know what, Tom?
Well,
you shouldn't have been able to shoot anyway. I need to remember that shit. When you dodge, you can't do anything on your turn. You can move, or you can fight back or you can keep dodging. Is all you can really do on your turn.
So,
You're right. So I should not have shot. So I didn't shoot. That's fine.
Yeah, you shouldn't have shot. So
Okay.
so
I have 2 rounds of my elephant gun.
yes.
So just a refresher here for me. If I think I understand how the dodge works, but with fight brawl, if I fight against him, I gotta outright beat him to win, right?
Yes, you do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and you'll do damage as well if you beat him.
All right,
You get
well,
a higher level of success, you know.
I'm gonna try to fight back.
Okay, I mean, all you got in your hand is your shotgun. So you using your shotgun as a club, or is this a unarmed attack?
Oh, I mean, the shotgun's. It was a double barrel shotgun, right?
Right.
Yes.
And that's what you have in your hands right now.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna,
Okay.
take the stock and.
All right. Well, give me a fight check then. Fight brawl.
What's your firearms, Kyle?
My firearms?
Yeah, for rifle.
It's let's see, with the firearm it's like 26 or something.
Oh, yuck, yeah, brawl. Okay,
Very nice.
good.
Well, I gotta
Nice.
beat him though.
That's a good roll.
Oh,
Just yes. If it's based on point.
Yeah, it's both regular successes, so it hits.
Oh, okay.
that's not gonna be it.
Oh. That sucks.
Oh man.
Holy crap.
How many hit points do you have, Sparky?
13.
All right, you take 11.
But I was wearing some anti-hoof.
I need you to make a Constitution check.
Oh, damn you, Constitution. All right, here we go. Yay, I'm still up, and I'm like, holy shit, that hurt.
All right, so this thing comes down on one hoof, like smack, hits you right in the fucking shoulder, knocks you down, and the other hoof comes down on your chest, and it's got you pinned on the ground on the road. And you guys see Sparky, like this blood comes gushing out of his mouth. Sparky, it's your turn.
Well,
Flare
what
to the
can
face.
what can I
Flare to the face.
what can I do from here? Yeah, I've got the flare gun. Can I use that?
It's not loaded.
Or can I try to use my fight skill to beat
Do you have
it?
your bat? Do you have your bat with you?
Yeah.
Smash it with your bat.
Well, that's what I'd like to do.
All right, you gonna try to get your club out and?
I mean, can I just use the shotgun that I have?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just use that.
All right, you're swinging at it.
Yep.
All right,
Damn.
it's fighting back.
Now we both failed.
Tries to bite you. Alessia, we're back to you.
I'll chop its leg off.
All right. The right leg or the left leg?
The one that's on my chest.
Yeah, whichever one is on Sparky's chest.
It looks like it
basically.
should have 4 legs, but the rear part of its body just looks like a wisp of fog or something. It's
Yeah,
fucking weird.
I'll attack the corporal parts of it.
All right, go ahead.
Yes.
All right, it gets to fight back with a penalty die. All right, go ahead and roll your damage.
Good. Yes.
Nice.
Plus a D4.
That
right?
was your first. That was his first roll, right? He gets 2.
Yeah.
All right, well, 9 points. Hopefully that's enough to hack that leg off.
Or at least get it off my chest.
9 points to its joint.
All right,
Unless he
again, Lee,
curses in Italian. He curses in Italian.
yeah, again, Lee, your machete bites really deeply into like one of its joints.
Fugats.
And its leg. And as you hit, you see like this kind of smoky material come off of its body. No blood or anything like that, though. Dr. Van Helsing?
Does it look like it slowed it down at all? These chops into its leg. I mean, does it
not
have
really.
any impact other than the smoky mist?
No. Van Helsing, you get this overwhelming feeling that you're going to die. What are you doing?
Oh, great. I shoot.
The horror. All right.
I don't like that premonition from the game master. Look at this
All right.
horrible premonition.
Marlon Brando right there.
Imagine this fucking thing, whatever it is. is huge. I mean, I want to stress that it's like the size of a fucking, elephant.
It's a Mack truck on her ass.
Yeah, it's like a Mack truck coming down on you.
I shoot.
All right, with the elephant gun, one barrel, right?
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Kaboom!
All right.
Actually, you should roll with a bonus die since you're at point blank. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to do that. Click the gray button, and if you miss with the bonus die, I'll let you get the 41. Okay, this is just in case you crit or something,
Okay,
All
got
right,
it.
so you hit. So roll your damage.
Give it a little 454 Weatherby Magnum, Tom, straight to the noggin.
Oh, damn.
Boom!
You rolled 10 gauge damage. It should be for an
I
elephant
did.
gun.
That's not on my bed. Where's the... I don't have elephant
Elephant
gun stats on here. What do I need for
Yeah,
that?
elephant gun does 3d6 plus 3, I believe.
Sorry.
Okay. You just click the d6 macro down there at the bottom of your screen.
Yep. Plus
Roll
3.
3d6 with a modifier of 3.
That was the touchdown that just got called back. Oh, wow.
18. All right. Almost as good.
It's better, right? 3d6 plus 3, it's 21.
All right, Tom. So
Lucky 21, man.
you're
Lucky
kind of down
21.
on one knee. You kind of spin around, get down on both of your knees. You brace the butt of the rifle on the ground like this, kind of aiming up at it, and you pull the trigger. Boom! All this fucking smoke comes out of your gun, fire, and you're aiming right at its face. And you hit it. You see kind of the recoil. It kind of turns its head sideways like this as you hit it, but its head snaps right back and is looking directly at you. It seemed to had hardly any effect at all.
Uh-oh.
Flare gun, Sparky. Maybe fire.
Blunt weapons, dude.
Yep.
That's why that or airy travelers that are going up right now.
Yes.
All right, it's looking right at you, Tom. And it's going to attempt to bite you. You see its maw come down. You see its teeth have like the teeth of a shark. It's got multiple rows of teeth on the inside of its mouth.
Can I dodge?
Yes, you may. You're going to lose your next attack.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll dodge.
Shit. Oh, good.
All right. You hear its teeth snap shut like 3 inches away from your face. We're back to Sparky.
All right,
Sparky, you're having trouble breathing. There's blood. You're coughing up blood.
All right. Can I get my club out?
Yes.
All right, I get my club out and I swing away on this thing, man.
Go ahead. Sparky grunts with effort as he pulls his club out. He's got it in two hands like this.
Damn.
Fuck.
Haven't had good luck rolling tonight. All right. I mean, wait a minute. No, that's bad.
Fighting back.
Oh, shit.
He's biting on him?
He's fighting
All right.
back.
So Sparky, you're like, oh, like this. And actually, before you can even swing, it turns its head towards you. And you guys see it bite Sparky's body in half. The top part of Sparky's body becomes separated from his legs, as this thing just basically eats the top part of Sparky whole. And you see his lower torso, there's all bloody, just kind of his legs are lying there in the road.
And that's what you always call the airy travelers earlier.
Alessio and Van Helsing, I need a sanity check from both of you guys.
Sorry, guys. I wish I hadn't have died so spectacularly.
Even from the hardened hitman. Kills people
yes.
for a living.
I'm sure you can imagine.
Kills people for a living.
Hard make it, man. I've seen worse. I'm a coroner, dude. I've done.
I've seen worse.
Yeah, I've seen worse.
It's only a flesh wound.
I doubt you've ever seen someone bitten in half.
I rolled an extreme success, 11.
All right, good for you.
Nice, dude.
Boom.
Man, I'm really
still
glad
need
I
you to
rolled
lose
this character
one
today.
sanity point, Lee.
Thank God.
And Van Helsing, you also lose one sanity point.
Damn it,
God.
dude. I don't see
Thank
how we're
God.
gonna make it.
Oh, we're not gonna make it, man.
So that's the hell of a scene there. Like Sparky, he's actually like yelling, like "ah!" and his yell is just kind of cut short as this thing just bites him right in half.
Oh man, I had so many more ladies to chase.
And you see it kind of like go do this as it kind of swallows him, you know.
It didn't even chew and enjoy me, man.
There's
No.
there's a disturbance in the female force.
That was prime ribbon there, baby. You messed
Yeah,
up.
plus, you know, you've got your machete like this, you know, and Sparky's blood just kind of splatters all over your face.
A la Ash versus Evil Dead.
Yes.
Mm.
Do we have the option to like run away?
The vendettas never end. That's all Alessio could think. Never
Tom,
ends.
there's always the option to run away. What are you doing, Alessio?
So
Are
have
we
we,
fucking run away and leave this chest?
Think fast.
Yeah, man, run like hell. I mean, I don't know if you can run away from this thing. It kind of came after us.
I mean, maybe it's just
let
after.
me take a couple drags off my cigarette here and contemplate the situation. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Let me
Yeah.
let me set the timer.
How about say the secret warding spell from our attorney David Lee Roth?
Yeah, man. I don't think Alessio can. I mean, this thing's got it's got Tom cornered. Is that correct?
It's looming over both of you guys. Both of you are kind of standing on the road, okay? And this thing is about 12 to 15 feet, just floating in the air above you. And there's blood everywhere now.
Oh man,
Where
Poor
did Sparky's body fly? Is it at my feet?
well, just his legs
Yeah,
are
just his
there.
lower half is just kind of twitching on the road in front of you. You see
some-
his legs are like spasming.
And some
And we know
dashing
the-
white tennis pants.
We know the elder sign wouldn't. I mean, even if you had it, it would just
Oh.
protect your hand.
The elder
look-
sign, it's probably why it stopped eating me. It got to that and kind of bit back.
Some of Sparky's entrails are lying about as well.
Mm. Man.
I mean, do you think, Lee, if we ran away, you think it takes the box?
No.
I mean, that's our only
Yeah,
chance.
yeah.
Oy.
Oh, yeah, man. It's gonna take the box. I mean, that absolutely. Or it'll probably just kill us.
But
If
it
it
doesn't have
kills
any
us-
Quite frankly.
What, Sean?
Van Helsing just kind of spouts out. He's like, it doesn't have thumbs.
If it kills us, it gets the box. If
It doesn't
we
have
run
what,
away,
friends?
it gets the box.
Thumbs.
Oh.
It doesn't have thumbs. All right, Lee.
I don't know what kind of.
I
The elephant gun didn't do much damage at all. It sounds
The
like
elephant gun didn't do anything other than
Yeah.
like
piss it off.
not even piss it off. It was just like
Machete doesn't seem to be doing much either, obviously.
I mean, what else do we have? Holy symbols? Do we have?
we don't have anything, man.
does the
There you
blood
go,
like
Frank.
So I
stain-
grab the doctor by the collar and I run as hard as I can in the other direction. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude. I fucking grab him and I fucking bolt towards the town.
All right,
I-
Dr. Van Helsing. Alessio grabs you by the collar, trying to drag you
I go. I
to the right.
agree. Let's get the fuck out of here. I
We
run.
run.
Yep.
We run, man.
All right.
We run like we've never run before.
I'm sure you do, man.
All right. So you run off into the woods.
My legs
Helsing-
try to follow you.
Yeah, Van Helsing kind of trips behind you, Alessio, and you kind of stop and like pick him up off the ground.
Like a
He's
standard
running.
horror movie.
Yeah, he's running. And you've got the elephant gun. Alessio, you've got your machete, and you run and run and run, and you kind of look behind you after a few minutes, and you don't even see the road anymore. You're just kind of out in the woods now, and you run until basically you can't run anymore.
We keep freaking running.
So is he in good cardio shape? Maybe he only runs like 30 yards or something.
Dude, I do another dose of cocaine. We run, no problem.
Yeah, I mean Alessio's
We're-
cons at 50.
We're trying to
Van
run
Helsing.
towards the town, though.
Okay. Yeah,
Definitely.
I mean, you guys are out in the woods. You run for at least 8-10 minutes, before you kind of start getting out of breath, and then you kind of slow down and get your bearings. The road is directly behind you, so if you kind of took it to the left, would be generally that way would be towards the town.
That's the direction we're heading.
Mm-hmm.
We go that way.
Okay. Let's take a quick break, just for a few minutes. Okay.
Take 5
Okay,
here.
yeah,
Yeah, take 5.
sounds
Okay.
good.
All right, so you know what we need for this thing, Lee?
I'm back.
We need that freaking blessed sword is what we need.
All
yeah,
right.
some type of enchanted blade would definitely be useful.
That would have been, because obviously the enchanted blade would have probably done damage where our, man-made weapons did nothing to this astral type fog.
Yeah, man, who knows what this thing was? It was freaking horrible.
All right. So you guys are kind of trekking it through the woods, kind of at a half run at this point. You're fucking exhausted. And at this point, you hear the flapping of wings above you, and you look up and you see this black shape coming down out of the sky.
My aerial travelers.
It is very similar to in appearance as the creatures that you, Dr. Van Helsing, saw that night in the park. Not altogether crows, nor moles, nor buzzards, nor ants, nor decomposed human beings, but something entirely and utterly alien. And it flaps down and sits on a tree limb, big thick bough of a tree up above you, and peers down at you. And you can see ice crystals formed on its wings and its body as it looks down at you. And you would know from having studied the spell that this would be the time to attempt to bind this thing to your will. So
Find a way, Doctor.
So Tom, give me a power roll for Van Helsing.
Green?
You can roll green, yep.
Stream make it. It's my bitch.
It is your bitch.
So what do you say to Dr. Van Helsing?
All right, Lee, what do you think? Should I have it go get that chest and take it somewhere?
Well, you can have it try to retrieve the chest and bring it back to us.
Well, no, because then the horse is just going to come back to us. I need to take the chest somewhere where we're not at, so it doesn't come after us. It goes somewhere else.
Alessio, I need you to make a sanity check, and Tom, go ahead and roll sanity too.
I've seen these things before.
You have, but I need you to roll a sanity check just in case you completely. Just don't roll 100.
35. I mean, that's nothing.
All right.
I get a little chill.
Alessio, you lose 1 sanity point from beholding the area traveler.
So,
It says, "What is your bidding, master?"
So, Lee, what do you think? I could send this thing, go get the chest and bring it back to that church, right?
what? No, hold on. Okay, what church?
That would be in Inverness.
Yeah, in Inverness, where I made my confession. I'm trying to think what's around here.
Sure.
Or hell,
That's not a bad idea, Tom.
you know?
Take it to the priest.
Yeah. In fact, I think that's what I do, Sean.
All right, so you're commanding it to take it to St. Mary's Church in Inverness?
Yep, and to deliver it to Father McBride, Archbishop McBride.
Okay.
It's a great idea, Tom.
All right. Gives this terrible screech and flaps off into the night. After walking a little further, you begin to see the flicker of flame light, torch light through the trees. And eventually you find yourself at the edge of this, it looks like a farmhouse. You can see fields, and there's a small farmhouse with a barn nearby. You can see lights inside the windows inside the farmhouse. And there's a small track kind of leading off to the north. And you assume you're kind of on the outskirts of Struy.
keep running into town and let's see if we can find a place to hold up.
Okay.
And we start mourning the loss of Sparky.
Well,
It won't be an open casket ceremony, obviously.
just the legs.
All right, as you walk down the track a little further, the track kind of meets up with this river. It's fairly wide river off to your west, and the track kind of goes over this short bridge, and you find yourself on the outskirts of what appears to be a very small village, consisting of only about 6 buildings, and you can see some lights inside some of these buildings. You see a man out on the street out in front of one of the buildings. It looks like he's hitching some horses up to a wagon.
So we'll hail him.
I asked the good sir, yeah, we've had some car trouble. Is there a place to stay for the night?
His eyes get a little wide as you kind of walk up to him. He said, "What happened to you?" And you kind of look at yourself and you've got like blood all over you.
That's transmission fluid.
I think we should tell him, man, we were attacked out on the road, man.
You think?
We're not. We don't have to tell him by what.
He's like,
The ghost of Sparky agrees.
We'll
All
get
right.
you back in here
Don't-
shortly, Kyle.
We were attacked. We had car trouble. We were attacked on the road. We just barely made it here with our lives.
One of our friends was killed. It's horrible. Horrible.
Good
Help.
God! Attacked by who?
We don't know. We don't know by what. Some brigands. Who knows?
Did you just say brigands?
Yeah, I did say brigands. Yes, it's a great word. It needs to be
All right,
used
man,
more
I was
often.
checking.
Needs to be used more often. It's better than pirates.
The building nearby, which this guy's cart is parked out in front of, it appears to be a small inn. There's no sign or anything. You can see there's an upper floor, and the front door is open, and on the inside you can see what appears to be a small like dining room.
We know the constable in Canich. Is there any way we can contact him? Is there a phone here?
There's no phone here, laddie.
Shit. Anybody have a car?
He looks at his wagon and he's like,
Gotcha. We need a place to stay, man.
Yeah, hold up for the night.
Yeah, we may be. Who knows? These people may come after us. We need a safe place to stay.
Is there a church nearby that we can seek refuge?
He says, no, well, nearest church is in Canich. He says, you might want to go on and talk to Mr. Lawrence.
Heathens.
He owns this establishment.
Sure.
Mr. Lawrence, is that on our list?
Let's introduce ourselves to Mr. Lawrence.
Okay.
Is that
Have
on
we
our
heard of Mr.
list?
Lawrence before, Sean? Is that on our list of all these people?
No, it doesn't ring a bell.
Okay.
Mr. Lawrence turns out to be a science teacher at a middle school there.
Who dates teenage girls?
Oh man, there's some Naples funniness right there. Okay.
I missed that. What did you say?
That's some old school reference there, dude.
What did he say?
Great.
I missed it. What did he say?
He was talking about a particular teacher.
Oh.
I said, you said it was a teacher, and I said, yeah, a teacher that dates teenage girls.
Oh, okay. So, Mr. Grant, Kyle, Logan Grant, the researcher, okay? You have recently heard of Henry Hancock being murdered in the town of Canich. You knew Henry Hancock well. You had actually done some research for him in the past, and have done some archaeological digs with him in the past also. And you are in the process of traveling to Canich to just kind of find out what the hell's going on, and to also find out what happened to his assistant Adam Chisholm, who is also a very good friend of yours. And you have basically hired a driver to take you from Inverness to Canich, and you had car trouble along the way.
Seems to be going around.
And so you spent the last couple of days in Struy here at the inn, just kind of waiting for the car to be repaired, so you can continue your travels to Canich. So that night you're sitting at the inn in the dining room, talking to Mr. Lawrence, who's a nice fellow. He's the owner of the place. You kind of telling him some stories, about your travels and such. And who comes walking in? It's well past midnight. You guys are out there, having drinks and stuff, and you're a little tipsy at this point. But who comes walking in other than Alessio and Dr. Van Helsing in all their glory?
Covered in transmission fluid.
In all their gory, I should say.
Gory, yes.
They're kind of blood spattered. Their clothing is just sopping wet with sweat, and they're all dirty, and their clothing is kind of torn up. They look like they've been through hell. And they come walking into the place, and Mr. Lawrence stands up and looks at him and he says, "What the hell happened to you?"
You boys,
we were attacked on the road.
Had a wee tumble with the beastie, eh?
One of our friends is dead.
Dead, you say?
Yeah, dead.
What's
Dead.
that? How did
Very,
that happen?
very dead.
Dead how? An automobile accident?
No, we were
Brigands?
attacked. No, we were attacked. Yeah, we'll go with brigands. Alessio's like, is there something to drink around here?
Yeah, so he kind of walks back behind the bar and gets a bottle of scotch, some glasses, brings it out.
Jesus, Alessio mutters in Italian, grabs the bottle, and takes a big draw out of it.
And he's kind of looking you guys over. He's like, "Are you hurt?"
You gents
Yeah.
don't look like you're from around here, especially not you. What's that accent?
we're
It's
not.
got to be Italian.
But we're in Canich trying to find out some information about Mr. Hancock.
My good friend, Dr. Hancock. Do
Oh,
you know
really?
him?
Yeah, so we were surprised that. What's your name?
Yeah, he seems to recognize the name for sure.
My name's Logan Grant. I've done work for Dr. Hancock over the years. He's a good friend of mine, as well as his assistant.
Oh, well, here,
What
pull up a
news do
table.
you have about Dr. Hancock?
Here, let's pull up some chairs to this table. We have a tale to tell you. I look at the barkeep. I'm like, I don't know if you want to listen to all this.
Very well.
If you want to,
He
stay.
says, "If you gentlemen need anything, just let me know." And he goes walking back into a back room.
I'm like, you might want to arm yourself.
While Van Helsing
He
reloads
gives you
his
a
Alpha
strange
gun.
look.
Just in case these,
I might want to
Brigands.
arm myself.
yeah, you might want to arm yourself just in case these brigands show up. I mean, we were attacked on the road. They're still out there.
What sort of
Be
ghastly
careful.
business are you gentlemen into?
Saving mankind.
yeah, so we'll,
Can you say it like Dr. Van Helsing would, please?
That's a strange response.
Saving mankind. My eye looks off to the left, and the other one straight ahead.
Are you still making loud noises and like banging books together or something?
Oh, absolutely. It makes me feel good too. Rawr! Oh, and I meant to tell you, Sean, that. What? Exactly. When the car
It never
went
gets
over
old.
and blew up, I loved the sound of it. It made me feel great.
So we'll slowly relay the tale, at least the Hancock part of what we know.
With this face right there.
Yeah.
So Mr. Grant, they begin to tell this horrifying tale having to do with arcane books and witches and monsters.
I couldn't be any more interested, although I'm saddened to hear the fate of my good friend Dr. Hancock. The whole reason why I'm out here is, investigating the lore, and this does sound like occult business. I'm very interested. I can maybe even write my thesis about this.
Oh, you'll be able to write a story, all right.
But still,
are we in a public bar?
Yes, but you're the only three in the place. It's about 2:00 in the morning.
I tell the barkeep I want another drink,
I show him the
another round
Necronomicon.
for my friends here.
Oh, there's a bottle sitting on the table.
I show him the Necronomicon when I pull that out. Read that, bitch. You want to write a thesis?
Read that. Jesus, dude.
And I twitch. Roar, and I yell.
Yeah.
Roar!
Dr. Van Helsing's like a terrible sandpaper hand job or something.
Yeah, here we go. We'll do this.
Of such great powers or beings, there may be conceivably a survival of a hugely remote period when consciousness was manifested perhaps in shapes and forms long since withdrawn before the tide of advancing humanity.
Is this Van Helsing reading?
Forms
His
of
voice gets
poetry
very
and legend
melodic.
alone have caught a flying memory and called them gods, monsters, mythical beings of all sorts and kinds.
Mysterious.
And I blink. Blink, blink.
Now,
My left eye circles and looks all the way around, but my right eye stays fixed on him.
roll sanity. Dude, so do I know what this book is?
Give me an occult check.
All right.
Ooh! 5. A child would know it with that roll.
Yes, in your occult studies, you have heard of the fabled book called the Necronomicon. Although you were kind of led to believe by not only your studies and others that it's really just a myth, that it doesn't actually exist.
It
Oh, it
exists.
exists. There it is on the table.
It's no myth.
And that's not the only copy.
And these creatures that have killed us or are attacking us, they're all part of this.
My hand's shaking a little. I down my shot. Cast my eyes upon the both.
Let me show you chapter 3.
The ritual embalming.
What time is it, Sean?
Early in the morning. It's like 3 a.m.
So 2 hours, 3 hours to sunset?
Yeah,
Sunrise.
about 3 hours before the sun comes up.
All right.
So actually, since he's showing you the Necronomicon, letting you look at it, let's say that you kind of crack it open. Logan actually cracks it open and kind of starts flipping through it. Looks like a very, very old text. Latin translation. You understand Latin, don't you?
I do.
You can read Latin. Well, you remember, according to your studies, your occult studies, you know, that the book was, you know, purportedly very ancient, very old, and this book would seem to kind of fit that description. And Van Helsing and Alessio, you guys would know at this point that this particular translation was published in the year 1228. So this book is, you know, 700 or 800 years old.
Wow.
Bah! I let out a scream because it's quiet.
I'm in awe.
I mean, the book contains some very strange charts and tables and drawings. Also some pretty disturbing text. I mean, it begins, you know, by giving the testimony of someone who calls themselves, what does he call himself here? Al-Hazrad. And it begins saying, "This is the testimony of all that I have seen and all that I have learned in those years that I have possessed the 3 seals of the Black Goat. I have seen 1001 moons," he writes. "And surely this is enough for the span of a man's life. Though it is said, the prophets lived much longer. I am weak and ill and bear a great tiredness and exhaustion, and a sigh hangs in my breast like a dark lantern. I am old. The wolves carry my name nights, and that quiet, subtle voice is summoning me from afar. And a voice much closer will shout into my ear with unholy impatience. The weight of my soul will decide its final resting place. Before that time, I must put down here all that I can concerning the horrors that stalk without, and which lie in wait at the door of every man. For this is the ancient arcana that has been handed down of old, but which has been forgotten by all but a few men, the worshippers of the ancient ones. May their names be blotted out."
What do you think of that?
I think that I'm really glad that it's almost daylight out.
Do you believe?
You must.
I want to believe. I feel like there's some sort of unseen veil over the entire world. This matches up with what I saw. I saw something. He kind of looks away. It made me believe that there was more. This sounds like what I've been looking for almost.
You did see something back in the war, didn't you, Logan?
I saw something.
During the Great War, what did you see?
Well, we'll get to that because I haven't worked on that part of my backstory yet.
Copy that. Oh, and off game for a minute. Hey, Sean, have you seen that module? That's it's World War I, 1910. It's like
I have
like
it.
a Lost Troop or whatever. Okay, I have it.
Yeah,
So-
I think it's called No Man's Land.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
So that might be another module that we could do. But anyway,
I'm actually, Alex brought that up. I'm thinking about actually running that when we all meet in person.
okay.
Hey,
Hey. So I want to be a part of that. So that's a big one. I haven't read it, but I do own it. So
Yeah, I think I'll be running that at some point when we finish this, or we might even do an interlude at some point where we might take a little bit of a break from this campaign and just do, you know, a short scenario. And that's definitely one that I have in mind.
yeah, that one looks really good.
As
But
well
anyway.
as the Old West book that you guys sent me to. That's going to be fun as hell.
I cannot wait to go down the dark trail. That's going to be freaking awesome.
That is going to be awesome.
Okay, back to the game.
So Logan, you would be interested, you know, to hear what these guys have to say about Henry Hancock, probably first and foremost. That's your kind of whole reason for coming down here from Edinburgh. So I'm assuming that's kind of part of your guys' story that you tell them, right?
Oh yeah. We fill him in on all the Henry Hancock information we have about.
Yeah, you were contacted by his nephew. When you came over here from the States, and
Well, it's really fortuitous that I met you, gentlemen, because that's why, that's the whole reason why I was headed out this way. I wanted to see what had happened.
Well, we definitely told him about the box, and the importance of the box, and
that we lost it.
What happened, even though we're attempting to retrieve it through our own arcane means. But we really need to go recover Sparky's body tomorrow.
My car is just about. I think my car is going to be ready in the morning.
Oh, really?
Give you guys a lift. We could go check that out and then head to Inverness during the daylight hours.
Yeah, when you do it, we need to, as soon as light breaks, man, we slam coffees and let's go.
What say you, gentlemen? Do you mind if I tag along? Give you guys.
Oh, you're part of the party now, dude. You've seen the book. There's no turning back.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys
move
the
fast,
man. I guess you did buy me a drink, so all right, I'm in.
That's like a blood oath, yeah. Are you Scotsman?
Yes, yeah.
That's pretty much a blood oath. You drank a drink with. Okay, so you'll die with us. That's good. There we go.
I'll die with you. Yeah, so he's working. He's from Edinburgh, and he's working with the university. That's how I became friends with Dr. Hancock.
Yeah.
What do you know of his dig?
What's that?
Have a chance
What
to
do you know of
continue
his
his
dig
research.
and his exploits there? I mean, has he communicated that to you, or?
How did I say that again, Tommy? I'm sorry.
His dig, the research he was doing, the dig that he was on, and the finding of the three pieces or the three articles.
I wasn't there for that. I mean, I've done other digs with Dr. Hancock. I was back at the university. I wanted to do it, but I had some research and work to do. Trying to lay.
All the information we're telling you is new information.
Yeah. I didn't know anything about it. No.
All right.
Yeah, Logan hasn't seen Henry Hancock since he came back from Africa last year, so it's been 6 or 8 months.
And we told him he's dead, right? And we found his body upstairs.
Yes. Yep.
Good Lord.
Yep.
And they were looking for something.
I've heard about.
He was tortured, and we found what they were looking for, and it was stolen from us tonight.
The witches came after it.
The witch.
Fiends.
That bitch.
Fiends of the night.
And she's blonde.
Cut her head off and burn her. That's what we need to do. That's how you got to deal with a witch.
Alessia's my grandmother's prescription for dealing with witches.
Exactly. She told me.
Who is this chick?
That's her.
That's her.
That's the witch, man. Yeah, that's her. That's the French girl that seems to be alive and tried as a witch and then come back 2 or 3 times.
That was the vision you saw in the mirror.
Yep.
Alessio.
Alessio. So over an hour has passed as you guys are sitting here at the table talking and sharing information and such. And Alessio, you kind of down a shot like this, right? And you look into the bottom of your glass, and there's just a little bit of scotch kind of floating around the bottom of it, and you can see a reflection of your eyes in the glass. And sort of the roundish shape of your face reflecting in the liquid in the bottom of your glass. And the shape of your face morphs, and you see blue eyes and a blonde-haired woman. A reflection in the bottom of your glass.
Throw the glass aside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Alessio throws his glass, smashing it against the bricks of the fireplace.
I thought you were Italian, not Greek.
Like,
oh, sounds like a storm's brewing.
hate to tell you this, but I just saw her face again in the bottom of the glass.
Oh, boy.
Damn, dude. Quit looking at reflective surfaces, would you?
Van Helsing starts talking about how tired he is and that his mind hurts and that he can't take much more of this. I need a break. I need a break.
Well,
Once we get to Inverness, man, we'll take care of you. But you got to hang in there, Doctor. Do another bump of coke. Come on,
well, Dr.
I-
Van Helsing, I can tell you one thing for sure.
Go.
Outside, there are monsters. There
That
are
doesn't help.
monsters in those woods outside right now.
That doesn't help me. That makes me more concerned. I'm so tired.
There's one thing that you know for sure. So you might not want to go out there.
wait until the storm breaks and the sunrise comes out.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere until that happens.
Yeah, it begins raining rather heavily.
All right, I stay.
So I'll is there any? You said there was a bottle of scotch.
Yes, you guys have
Okay.
gone about 3/4 of the way through a bottle of scotch so far.
Okay. All right.
Or you want to shove a rag in it and make scotch-a-tail cocktails, whatever. Molotov cocktails?
It's an option. Where do you pull the bottle from?
Oh, he's got them lined up behind a kind of a small bar over there at the end of the room.
So he's got is there like a bottle of vodka or something over there?
Oh yeah, he's got some vodka.
All right, so I'll grab the bottle of vodka and throw the money down for what it's worth, and pour a little out and rip a part of my shirt off and pour a little vodka in there and stick it in there as a wick and have it there on the table.
Okay,
Start smoking my cigar,
you're a crazy bastard.
just in case.
It's really storming out there tonight. Kind of makes you wonder about that thing you saw out there. Kind of wonder where that thing is right now.
It's probably just getting home. Oh, what a day at the office.
Had to buy someone a two today. Yeah, I had to buy someone a two today, honey.
Yeah.
He had
My
a club
demon
on him.
teeth.
It got stuck in my teeth.
My demon teeth hurt. Got human gristle stuck in there. This job, it's killing me.
He had a lot of hair product then. Didn't taste that good.
All right, so Doctor, you are indeed getting very tired at this point. And Logan has a room here upstairs. It's got 2 beds in it. So if you wanted to get some rest,
I do.
you know.
All right, we'll accompany the good doctor up.
All right. There's a picture of Logan. All right, so you guys spend the night at the inn, and it's still storming and raining. 6 hours later, and you guys wake up in Logan's room, and your driver comes up to the room, Logan, and tells you that the car should be ready this afternoon. He says, although if this weather keeps up, it's probably not going to be a good idea to take it out. He says perhaps tomorrow morning would be better.
Oh shit! All right, well, do what you
But
can.
it is daylight.
It is daylight, but it's rainy and cloudy and gray.
Anybody around here have some kind of horse and wagon? We could have them take us out to the murder site. Got to collect our friend's body. Can't just leave it out there, for God's sakes.
What's
Jesus.
left of it?
Yeah,
All right.
but come on, we got to.
Well, the
remains.
guy had
These
the.
people are all Catholics. They understand that. Final rights, man. Can't leave this dude's remains out there. Our friend got killed. Who in town's going to come and help us do this?
I mean, it's a farming town. I mean, all these guys are farmers out here.
How about Lawrence?
Yeah, Mr. Lawrence.
Does he have a horse or a wagon or?
Yeah, he says he'll loan you his team for a fee.
Well, how about if you drive it for us? I don't know how to drive. I'll pay you for that too.
He says, no, my joints are aching. I can't.
Really, even for some gold sovereigns?
He
You
says,
go
no.
out there.
He says, no, I've got really bad gout, he says.
Did my area of travelers ever come back and report on their progress?
You didn't tell it to.
Yeah, you just told us to take the chest to the church, man. That's our next. We got to collect the body and see what's going on there, and then we have to, if we can, go immediately to Inverness to the church, right?
Yep.
Now you're assuming mission accomplished. I mean, you're assuming that everything went as planned.
All right, well, we'll get the guy with the horse cart.
Is there anybody we can hire who's good with horses who will take us out there, Sean? Does Lawrence know anybody we can pay to drive the team for us? We'll pay cash.
He says in this weather, you're probably not going to get anybody to do anything like that.
Oh man,
Especially if you're going out to get a body. I mean, don't you think you should just wait to contact some law enforcement? He says.
No.
Meanwhile, the body sits out there in the wolf.
This is our friend, man. What the hell, dude?
You said you were attacked by brigands? What if they're still out there?
Well, it's very possible. I think it was.
what if they're still out there?
So arm yourself.
I think one of them looked like that guy in that poster, didn't he, Tom, that we saw in the other town?
Oh, absolutely.
Was the guy with the dark hair? What was his name? Started with a B. Belphegor. Yeah, that was him. I saw him. He killed our friend. That son of a bitch. He killed our friend.
Belphegor? What kind of a name is that?
I don't know. It was on the wanted poster, and I think that was him.
He kind of looked like Mr. Lawrence thinks you guys are a little weird.
Mr. Lawrence is an astute individual.
Yeah.
And I should say, Logan, you think they're a little weird too.
I do. Especially the crazy doctor.
As I yell out loud noises. And quite frankly, I'm feeling a little crowded right now. All these people.
I know. Yeah, you are. You know, really, Tom, you it's not that you so much like loud noises. It's just you hate silence, you know?
Okay.
So like, you notice like the fire dying down. So you go there and you throw some logs on it to get it like roaring, you know, and you like that crackling, sparkling sound of the fire.
Okay.
Know? And every once in a while, the doctor was like, say something.
And we do.
You know, he sits there and he like clinks two glasses together in front of him. Clink.
Oh, kind of like from the Warriors, clicking the three bottles. Click, clink, click, clink.
Yeah.
Come out and play.
Yeah, you don't like silence. It really gets you on edge if it's too quiet.
Okay.
And yeah, there's maybe one or two too many people in here for you to be entirely comfortable. And just the thought of going back to Inverness, to the city, is horrifying.
Okay.
I mean, you know, you got to do it, probably. Or do you? I don't know. You're really fearing that you don't want to be anywhere near a city. Because the city's full of terrible, evil people.
Don't worry, doctor. I'll blindfold you and give you a sedative. Everything will be fine.
Give you a sedative, and then have some cocaine, and then have a sedative, and then
Right.
have some cocaine.
Yeah. 1924 speedball, old school.
Yeah.
All right, so are we going to get in this car and go get this body or what, man?
Well, here's the thing.
Listen, they didn't say the car was ready. We got to wait till this afternoon. And
No,
the guy was
the horse, the cart.
It doesn't
We
sound
got
like we've got zero interest, and everybody thinks you guys are both so weird. They just can't deal with you.
Well, here's the thing. If we go out there and get the body, really what we're doing is we're going to go out there and see where those 6 lights were, where we marked the spot, and to see what was at that location. What was that?
That was not my intention at all, Tom.
Yeah, but that's what's going to happen. So.
Well, no, here's.
Well,
Here's,
well, I can't really, but this Ghost of Sparky would remind you that where we marked where the will-o-wisp was different than the spot where we got attacked.
It was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Several miles away.
Yeah. I say we just go grab the body and bring it back, Tom.
I don't want to go. I want to stay here.
Are you sure about that? I mean, what are they gonna? Well,
There's monsters out there.
There are monsters out there.
all right, man.
First of all, it's dawn.
Alessio will get his machete, his trusty machete, and his hatchets, and
It's like late
bottle
morning.
of scotch.
Yeah, it's like late morning. It's like 11 a.m. Because you guys went to bed at like 4 a.m. So
Will we have time to get there and back before nightfall?
Oh yeah.
as long as nothing bad happens, yeah.
Oh shit! See.
Yeah. Oh shit. See, that's like the tagline to all of our adventures in Cthulhu. Oh shit. See?
The car is supposed to be ready this afternoon. The driver doesn't recommend driving it on these roads in this condition.
Well, guys, we can't take the car. We
I
can't.
mean, if you wanted to take horses, none of you really are horse people, for one thing. But I mean, to like drive a wagon, the Mr. Lawrence did offer you to let you guys use his wagon.
I guess the other option is to
It'll probably
wait.
take about an hour to get out there, maybe an hour back.
I guess the other option is to wait for the road to get good and to try to take the car out there, right, and then go to Inverness.
Yes.
Yeah, as long as
Okay.
this kind of rain dies down, overnight, tomorrow the roads might be a little better.
Okay. I guess we'll wait.
Yeah.
Even though I'm bane to do it.
Okay. All right, so you guys wait the day out, drinking more scotch.
You want to cast another spell, Doctor?
What kind of spell? Oh wait, do I have magic points back, or how did that work?
Yeah.
Have I recouped?
Yeah, you get one back per hour, so
Okay. Okay.
you should be back to full by now.
I could send an aerial traveler to get the body. No, I'll lose sanity.
Dude,
I'll
you
lose
should
it.
someone if
No,
someone
if you were
area
gonna-
traveler just to defend the party.
Yeah.
But I mean, just
You're
that-
right. The Doctor is on the edge of freakitude.
I'm on the edge, man. I got lucky casting that stuff. The doctor needs to retire. He needs to get healed. I need healing.
I need Swiss healing.
You need a vacation.
You need Swiss grade healing.
I mean, we got Logan. Logan, you speak Latin?
I do, sir.
See this book?
Yeah.
I think you need to read it. And I turn him to the page where the blessed blade spell is. And I say, you need to learn this.
Give him the basic rundown on it, Tom, if you can
And
give him any information.
Yeah, why it's raining and everything. I brief him on everything, and I point, this is what you need to do. We need to get this blessed blade, because the thing that we encountered, it was more than just Bragans. It was a ghostly creature that we had no effect on with our mortal weapons. This blessed blade, I believe, would have done damage should we have had it.
Okay.
And we're having a silver sword made right now in Inverness.
You're going to need a cow.
And if we make it back to Inverness, we should probably actually also have some silver bullets made.
Well, Logan
Yeah, so-
cautiously turns the book towards him and decides
Right,
he's
you
willing
do.
to take this.
So you,
as
so you turn the book towards you, and you're looking, at what he's showing you in this description of how. Well, actually, let me look at something here real quick. This description of a spell, the doctor's calling it. Okay, and you're like, spell, thinking to yourself like, spell. Okay. but it gives a description. Let's see here. And apparently this spell shows you how to imbue a weapon of iron or silver with the might of the Elder Ones. And it references something called Spirit's Bane, also something of the ritual of the 7 cuts. And it describes that in order to enchant a weapon, that you must sacrifice a beast, a great beast, it says. And it describes that you must slay the beast in a certain way. This is the ritual of the 7 cuts. It's weird and wild shit. I mean, you've read some occult books. You've read some occult books and stuff like that. And then you flip the page, and on the reverse side of this page, well, actually, it's a couple pages after this as you're kind of flipping through it. It shows a representation of an old woodcut with this picture.
Whoa.
That's some penis. Or is that something being born?
Well, Van Helsing, you would know that this is actually a depiction of the black goat of the woods with 1,000 young. Otherwise known as Shub-Niggurath.
Okay. And I describe that and tell them all about it.
The black goat. So that's a little taste of what's in this book for Logan, you know. I mean, it's kind of like you see this woodcut, you know, and it looks very old, you know.
I'm just blown away by what I'm looking at.
Yeah, and the doctor's like, read it. You know?
and I cut up a line.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and he's doing copious amounts of cocaine the whole time. Kind of makes you wonder a little bit about this guy. And he doesn't seem. Actually, give me a psychology roll for Logan. Let's see how well you can gauge his current mental state.
So, Fumble. I have no idea what he's doing.
All right. He doesn't seem right.
You don't seem right.
You don't seem right.
I'm telling you, this is what you need to do.
I'll take it under advice, Doctor.
The horrors.
Definitely gonna learn this one spell.
Without the horrors which lie in wait at the door of every man. And if I do not finish this task, take what is here and discover the rest, for time is short, and mankind does not know nor understand the evil that awaits it from every side, from every gate, from every broken barrier, from every mindless acolyte at the altars of madness. For this is the book of the dead, the book of the black earth, that I have writ down at the peril of my life, exactly as I received it, from the cruel celestial spirits from beyond the wanderers of the wastes. Let all who read this book be warned thereby that the habitation of men are seen and surveyed by that ancient race of gods and demons from a time before time, and that they seek revenge for that forgotten battle that took place somewhere in the cosmos and rent the worlds before the creation of man. And you're kind of looking at the beginning of this book, right? And then Van Helsing's like, yeah, and this is where he tells you how to make an elder sign.
I can just see me in a reverie, you know, and then all of a sudden the doctor's face pokes in, stage left or right, And this is where he talks about the elder sign.
Right, and Dr. Van Helsing kind of cracks the book back at a bookmark that he made. But you have to study this. It's something called psychophagia, and some method of soul sacrifice. Like, okay. But you can't learn about that.
Necronomicon advice from Dr. Van Helsing. I feel like there should be light, like morning music on. Today, Dr. Van Helsing.
Today on Dr. Van Helsing, we'll learn how to make a Necronomicon.
Necronomicon 101.
Yeah, he says you shouldn't read.
Beginnings of
You
insanity.
shouldn't read about that part of the Dragon Curse of Azathoth because I read that and I had some missing time and it was just kind of crazy. You don't want to read that part.
To avoid that.
Yeah, Logan's speechless.
Yeah, just read the spell, nothing else.
And every once in a while he's like, "Did you hear that?" And he kind of gets off his chair. He's down underneath the table, like.
Jeez. Find me.
Somebody
help.
say something.
Put me into a what did you call it, Solomon? Or what's your name, Sean? A private one-on-one.
Yeah. I was recommending that you have some private care with some kind of specialist psychotherapist, rather than admit yourself to an insane asylum, because you kind of never know what kind of treatment you're going to get in an actual asylum.
Right.
You want to find somebody reputable, somebody who cares.
Now, would we find that in Inverness?
Sigmund Freud in Vienna. We ship your ass over to Vienna, man. And plus, he's into the cocaine, so the doctor would love him.
Yeah, it'd be your new drug buddy and psychotherapist at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm down with that.
That's a perfect. It's a perfect
recovery
answer,
from
man.
the mythos.
Haven't we? I think Alessio had read somewhere about Freud and his cocaine and his psychotherapy. He's like, yeah, maybe we should send the doctor to Vienna.
Yeah.
Get him some treatment there. That might work out okay. Freud's got some interesting theories. It'd be nice to him.
Yeah,
The doctor could be the toast of Vienna.
Yeah, I don't know if he'd be down for that. I think Freud was kind of a pompous asshole though too. So.
No. But is there qualified people in Inverness? Is that realistic?
Yeah, I mean Inverness is a pretty big city. You can probably find someone capable there, someone you could trust.
All right. I say we go back to Inverness.
Dr. McDougall.
Drop off Mr. Dr. Van Helsing at the one-on-one care and see if that chest appeared at the church.
Yeah, for sure. That's the plan.
Okay.
As soon as we have access to the vehicle.
Okay.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
are going to go back and look for Sparky's body really quick, though, right? Yeah.
Just his legs.
Yeah. So the weather does get better, and by the next morning, the driver says that the roads are probably safe to travel. It could be slow going. We might have to get out and push a couple times. We should expect to kind of get stuck in the mud a couple times, but.
We bring some planks with us.
Oh, he's got that kind of stuff in the car. So.
All right, man. So we'll go out and try to retrieve Sparky's body as post haste, and then head right towards Inverness after that.
All right. So you're going back out to the woods, huh?
Yeah, as long as it's not too far away, right? In a car.
It's about a little less than an hour probably to get out there. It is kind of slow going.
We start as early in the morning as we can, Sean.
Okay.
The doctor does not go.
Yeah, and actually, Dr. Van Helsing, all this talk of going to Inverness, of course, you're interested to, find out if the box arrived safely, and whatnot, and you actually kind of think to yourself, like, it probably would be safer, the city after what happened the other night. It might be kind of good to get back, but then you're just kind of fearing, all the people, because within all those people, at least half of them. Are like tentacle people. At least
50% tentacle people.
Oh my god!
So you're dreading this trip. Like seriously,
I don't want to go either direction. I don't want to go into the woods. I don't want to go to this. I pretty much curl up in a ball in my room.
You actually seriously consider staying here in Struy and just becoming a farmer.
Okay.
You know, like maybe just kind of eking out, or just maybe just staying here and just becoming a drunkard or something. You know, I mean, there's got to be something better than going and staying with all the tentacle people that way, or going back to the fucking witches and horse monsters that way.
We'll send you. We'll send you where there's no tentacle people after Inverness, Doctor. Don't worry. We'll get you out of there. We'll get you out of there, man. Don't worry. I promise.
I grunt.
All right.
Go get the body, then pick me up on the way back.
All right. So Alessio,
Logan and the driver, right?
Logan and the driver. His name's Libby.
Libby.
He drives you guys out there, and as you guys are getting close, you know, the road kind of winds around. It kind of travels along the river for a ways, and then it goes out into the forest. And you guys get into that part of the forest where the trees are very dense. The canopy is just really above the road. It's so fucking dense. And it's kind of dark. It's still kind of cloudy. The rain has stopped. The roads are muddy. But as you guys are nearing the area where you were attacked, you can see at least a dozen buzzards circling.
That's where the body is.
So that's where you know.
Yeah.
And once you guys arrive, it looks like the buzzards have had their way with the remains of Sparky.
Sure.
Damn,
But
their
it-
active behavior.
But his lower half and his upper half are there, right?
His upper half is gone.
So I'll rifle his pockets. Do I find the stone in his right front pocket?
You find the stone in his right front pocket and a couple of flares in his back pocket.
What about the safe deposit key?
Roll your luck.
Well, we all have access to that, anyways, man. We talked about that. How each of us had access to the
No, I
box,
know,
Tom.
but he should have a key somewhere in his pocket too, or something.
Yeah, there's
I
no
don't think I had a key, guys.
one of the birds probably flew off with it.
Let's go, man. We're all in the box. So.
Bullet of one of those buzzards.
All right, man. We collect the body post haste. You know, wrap it up in a canvas and throw it in the back of the car and get the hell out of here, man.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sparky's bones have almost been picked clean by these fucking birds.
Wow.
We collect what we can.
And with all the weather, there haven't been very many travelers down this way the last couple of days, so nobody has come across it. All right, so you guys haul ass back to Struy. Heading to Inverness then?
Yep. Collect the doctor. Give him a sedative. All right, let's go. We go.
All right, Doc, you're really dreading this trip. The city.
I talk away, making noise.
Yeah, we play the radio. If we can get a radio station from Inverness, we crank it up for
Well,
the doctor.
I assume you're still studying the Blessed Blade spell, right?
Oh, of course,
Okay. So see how much time it has passed then.
because we have to have it.
1 week. All right, you're almost there.
If you learn it, can he teach it to
Yes.
Logan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like teach it to him like in a day, as opposed to 2 more weeks.
I wouldn't say a day, but yeah, a number of days rather than a number of weeks.
Got it.
Sure.
Good.
So it is August 30th, 1924. It's been 9, 10, 11. It's been about 12 days, Tom, since you first started studying Blessed Blade. So you've only got a couple more days to go, you think, before you'd be ready to do this, okay? I do want to point out,
See what's
fellas,
going on with Cthulhu. Maybe she needs to go outside.
there is kind of a new rule having to do with spells, and I think that it totally makes sense. When you cast a mythos spell for the first time, there is a chance of it failing. Basically, what that equates to is a intelligence roll, I believe. If you fail the intelligence roll to cast the spell for the first time, then you have an option to push the roll to try to succeed. If you fail, bad shit can happen. But if you don't, if you fail the roll and decide not to push it, then essentially you have to relearn the spell all over again.
Ooh,
Okay.
that sounds like D&D.
So it's like it's an option for some serious drama, you know. And also, I believe you can use luck for those rolls too. I believe.
Okay.
I'd have to check. I don't know. Maybe
And it's
not.
based on intelligence?
It is based on intelligence. Yeah.
Okay, so I have a 70. So, okay.
That's a pretty good chance of casting the spell. And that really kind of goes with any mythos spell that you cast for the first time. There's a chance of it failing, and then you have the option to push the roll if you fail, and which I would not recommend under any circumstances, unless it's unless the world is at stake or whatever. But I would not recommend pushing spell casting rolls at all.
That's fair. I can relate to that.
Yeah, you rip a tear in space and time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see what Sean comes up with for one of those.
Oh, I have some ideas. Trust me.
I'm sure you do. I was counting on it.
All right, so you guys arrive in Inverness that afternoon. The city is absolutely full of tentacle people, Tom.
Oh, God.
And you have to basically shield your eyes. And Dr. Van Helsing, Alessio, you're driving, and you
Would
haven't
be help-
you're drive. Actually, no, the driver's driving. You're in the passenger seat. Sparky, you're sitting by next to Van Helsing. As you guys near the outskirts of Inverness, and you see you see the steeple, of the church, St. Mary's Church, and you see the road and the river and all the boats on the river and shit. There's people driving by and shit. Dr. Van Helsing, you look over at him, and he's got his hands over his eyes like this, and he's down on the floorboard of the car, shaking.
Would a blindfold help, maybe? Would that be easier on you, Doctor? Here, let's get you a blindfold. I pull out a handkerchief from my suit and
take care of it. Yeah, I take one of Alessia's fine silk handkerchiefs.
Yeah, he looks up at you, Alessio, and his eyes are just like bloodshot, and his lip is like quivering.
It's gonna be good, man. Don't worry. Here. Let's cover your eyes, and you can relax. Take another sedative. Take another sedative, and we tie a little blindfold, a nice silk blindfold around him,
and then do some more cocaine.
So you guys get into town, and Alessio, you're like St. Mary's Church.
Yep.
It's over there, So you guys down the road, pull up in front of St. Mary's Church, and it's not like a cathedral, It's not like a huge, massive church. It's the largest church, Catholic church in Inverness, but it's not technically a cathedral. You guys pull out in front of the church. What are you guys doing?
Well, what's the name of the Archbishop? Tom?
Malcolm McBride.
Yeah, so Alessio will run up the stairs and into the church and ask for Archbishop McBride.
Okay. The priest inside introduces himself as Father O'Connor. Says, yes, please, just wait in the waiting room here. His Excellency will be with you in a moment.
Tell him it's urgent. It's an emergency. We come from Canich.
Yes, of course, Mr. Salvestano. Just one moment, please. So Father O'Connor comes to you, Your Excellency.
Yes.
Now you're in your office, reading some book for your upcoming sermon, putting together your next sermon or whatever. And he tells you that a Mr. Savastano from Canich is here to see you.
Have I received any strange packages from any beasties over the past night?
Matter of fact, you did.
I did. How did I deal with that?
Just yesterday, you were alerted to the fact by Father O'Connor that on top of the church, there's this water tank that kind of supplies parts of the church with fresh water, like plumbing,
Okay.
He says up on the roof there was this box, this strange iron box. I mean, he lets you know about it, and you go up there. They bring it down, and it's solid. It's made of solid iron, It's very heavy, and it's got 2 elaborate-looking locks on it. And it just kind of appeared out of nowhere.
Okay, but I did not see these the creature.
Nope.
Nobody saw the creature,
No.
Hooray!
so we don't know how it
Yeah.
got there. Okay,
You
cool.
have no
Okay.
idea how it got there. Although, given your background, you do remember, of course, the visit by the strange American doctor who came to see you and told you certain things,
Yep.
et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, I walk out to meet these people.
All right. Well, it's just Alessio.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, so I immediately, I acknowledge his Catholic greatness and kiss his ring and do the sign of the cross. Oh, Monsignor, thank you for seeing me. It's very important.
Oh, rise, my son. What can I do for you, laddie?
So I'm like, I basically tell him, I'm like, did you receive our package? Did you get the box? Did you get the box? Here, come outside with us. I'm like, come here, come on. We got a body to bury, and we have a story to tell.
A body?
Yeah, one of our friends got killed.
Oh, good gracious me! I walk out.
So
what have you boys been up to?
So, well,
Hey,
like
listen,
we need
Father,
to deal. Yeah, we need to.
Gentlemen, I know nothing.
We need to deal with this. Our friend's body, it needs to be buried, and then we need to tell you a story. So let's go. Where do you have this box? Is it in your study?
Tell me what happened here first, laddie. My good gracious, does he show me the body?
I don't think you want to see that, Monsignor. It's there's only part of a body.
Do I see the doctor?
Oh, you guys took his body parts with you?
Yeah.
Oh, they're in they're wrapped in canvas in the truck, man. We brought them to be buried. They can be buried here at the church. That was my whole intention.
All right, sorry I missed that.
They took the bones.
I mean,
shoved them in a canvas bag.
Yeah, yeah.
First, I'm more mortified that laddie, you cannot just come to my church with a dead corpse in your trunk. What do you think this is?
Your Excellency.
Doctor.
Your Excellency.
Are you okay, my son?
Why don't you let the doctor tell you a tale? Then maybe you'll understand a little better.
The doctor mumbles and looks down. Oh, I can't look at anything. No.
You hear this distant voice saying your name, Dr. Van Helsing, but it's probably one of those tentacle people.
Doctor, come in with me right away. Come in, please. And I bring him into the church.
Yeah. So we all follow.
I bring him into the rectory in the back, and I sit them down in the lodge. I pour everybody a scotch.
Okay.
Oh, this is my kind of church, guys.
I say, now,
It's Catholic.
tell me what's been going on, boys.
It's not a problem.
I'm a little concerned. And I'm
So
trying to figure out why I would not call the local authorities.
Constabulary? Well, let me tell you why. So we kind of start breaking it down for him, man. What happened to Hancock? How we found the body? The Silver Twilight, what's the Silver Gate? What's the new one over here?
Logan's just trying to suck all this in. Like, his world's becoming so much bigger in the occult in the last 24 hours to 48 hours. It's like he's almost pinching himself. Like,
yeah, Logan's head is kind of spinning at this point as Alessio relates the tale to the father. A lot of the same stuff that you heard the other night from him at the inn. And at first, Your Grace, Father McBride, when he begins telling you the tale, he tells you about this, Hermetic Order of the Silver Twilight in Boston, and the exploits of, these men, Eusebius Braun, Casey and Crown and Shield and these names. At first, you kind of don't know what to think.
Sounds like simple pagan worshippers.
Yeah, and you're not sure about this guy, but as he starts telling more and more, the level of detail that he's giving you, it seems unlikely that he's just making this shit up, and there must be something to this. And actually, some of the things that he mentions kind of ring a bell with you. Things about witches and the occult and stuff. Some of the things he mentions is actually stuff that maybe you've come across in your studies. So there could be some veracity to this whole tale that he's telling you. And then when they get to the part when they went to Henry Hancock's house, and all this, and of course the tale ends. I mean, you guys tell him about this thing that you encountered out on the mountain, out in the road, out in the woods.
Yeah, we do, man.
Really?
So I'm like,
yeah, we do.
Brigands.
Like, yeah, brigands.
Brigands, you say?
It's got a whole new meaning now.
Believe what you will, but this is what happened. I don't make shit up.
So I can tell that he knows what he's talking about. Then there's clearly a pattern here, from what I know.
Yeah. At first, the first half of it, you're kind of like, what is this guy telling me? But the level of detail that he's giving you, and he's giving you names and places and names of books and things, that may kind of ring a bell. He seems to be telling the truth. Give me a psychology roll. Go ahead, Logan. You give me a psychology roll as well.
All right.
What time of day is it, Sean?
It's like mid-afternoon.
Okay.
It's a Saturday afternoon as you guys reach Inverness.
Jeez, man, I just have had rotten luck rolling tonight. All right, well, anyways.
The Monsignor nails it.
Yeah, he does.
27.
Go ahead and check that, Tom.
Okay. These are all checked here. Hold on, I gotta uncheck these. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. So Mr. Savastano definitely seems to be onto something here. He, at some parts of the tale, he gets kind of nervous, he's got like sweat, kind of sweating a little bit. He seems a little shaky, telling you parts of this. You're pretty damn sure that he's telling the truth here, as crazy as the truth may be. And the whole time, actually the doctor has now drifted off into sleep at this point, Dr. Van Helsing. You have him laid out, on a sofa there in the priest's chamber.
I'm like, we need to take this chest immediately to the bank vault that we have and put the shield we have on top of it and secure it there so these other conspirators can't get their hands on it. We're all in danger. This very presence here is a problem.
What's in the chest?
We don't know. It's probably one of these three pieces from the story I told you. We're not positive, but we know they want it. So I say we take it immediately to the safety deposit box where we already have our other stuff stashed. Put this shield on top of it, lock it in there, and then at least we have some idea where it is and it's protected.
Sean, I assume there's some kind of safe here at the church, some kind of like where we can lock stuff up.
Oh yeah, you have a whole secret room.
Yeah.
And
so that is, I can assure you, there's no safer place than here.
So I guess the question is,
we can hide it here.
There's like a false door, behind one of your bookshelves. Kind of.
So are you proposing that we move all the stuff here, Monsignor?
We don't think that the witches can
your elder sign, as you say. Perhaps we put that in front of the secret door to protect it all.
Not a bad idea, Monsignor. I like how you think.
Yeah, I guess that would, no matter if they're coming for it or not, that would keep them out. So,
do you have a copy of this book? You say the Necronomicon, and I look at the doctor.
The doctor's sleeping on the sofa.
Yeah.
Well, which would which reminds me. I mean, what Tom would. would the Archbishop tell these guys what Dr. Van Helsing told him when they were in Inverness?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I'm assuming that they brought up Necronomicon during their discussions.
Yeah. Indeed.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we have a Latin copy from 1285, 1275, something like that.
Yeah, I
Yes.
see it.
And it's not even the oldest copy we possess. Deal with that.
In my travels, I've learned, and I've studied many religions, and they all seem to have a certain morality in amongst themselves, a morality that they all seem to share in commonality. But what you speak of seems to be of something much darker, beyond that has no morality whatsoever.
Yeah, it's alien. Alien evil, Monsignor.
Yeah, Tom, why don't you give me an occult roll for McBride?
Negative.
Okay.
How much luck would I need?
Well, I was just having that roll to see if you recognized or knew of the existence of such a book called the Necronomicon, and you don't. So this book is very strange to you.
Okay.
So I'm assuming they show you the book.
Oh, we do. Yeah, we pull out the Latin copy and
Okay. It's obviously
gaze
a
upon
very,
this.
very old book. Printed in, black letter. Very thick, over 800 pages. The text is very cramped. The margins are very small. Although there's very little damage for a book being so old, that seems to be more or less intact. And there's some very strange things inside if you're going to flip through it.
I grab my crucifix and I do the sign of the cross. And I say a prayer.
I'm sure you read Latin, right, Monsignor?
I.
All right. Well, you can understand what's written there. Then be careful. Don't read too much.
First, I'm concerned of your doctor friend.
Yeah, we need to get him. Yeah, we need to get him to some type of one-on-one care.
Do I know? I mean,
Mr. Grant, Mr. Grant, you've been silent all this time. What do you know of this?
His face is very pale.
I've only just met these men yesterday. I know their words ring true, but everything they say flies against everything I've ever known. So,
well, know that you can find solace here, gentlemen, and comfort. Consider yourselves guests of my personal guests. Let us get your friend buried in a proper way and taken care of. These articles you say of this.
I think we should. I think we should cremate him. That's what Sparky wanted. He wanted to be cremated.
We can arrange that.
Yeah, we'll cremate. That's what he said he wanted. That's what Alessius like cremation. Yeah, and we'll go retrieve the other items and bring them back to the church, Sean.
Okay, from the safe box. Box.
And we'll definitely use precautions as far as making sure we're not followed, taking different, stopping, changing cars, taking a different way back.
Okay.
All right, so those are our priorities. We cremate the body.
Yeah,
and give it
cremate the body, and then bring this. Yeah, then bring this stuff into the secret room and mount the shield on the door.
And then
the inside.
We get the
inside
doctor
of the door.
help.
We got to send the doctor off to some quality health care.
but not before we wake him up and he teaches both McBride and Logan
Yep.
the
Sword.
spell that he was learning. The Van Helsing's like, no, you must know this first. The blessed blade is your only hope. And he shakes his head and he shakes up and down. He drools coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
You must know this. He opens the page, his bookmark.
I mean, maybe you should try to teach me Airy Traveler too, man.
Airy Traveler. The box. Did it get here?
Yeah,
Fine.
it's okay. Everything's good. Everything's good, Doctor. The spell worked. Good job.
His left eye circled.
What's this Airy Traveler you're speaking about? Is that another spell you could point me to in the book that I should focus on? Doctor.
Yeah, there's three.
Yes, the spell. Yes, Area Traveler. And he turns to another page in the book.
Is this another spell you could teach me?
Yes.
From the tales you've told, it sounds like it would be very useful.
Father McBride is like, spells? What you speak of as witchcraft.
Obviously.
It cannot be real.
Yeah, all this talk of spells is quite disturbing to the Catholic priest.
Yeah. But I'll read it nevertheless. For curiosity.
I gotta check it out.
His curiosity gets the best of him.
So I think that's the focus. Cremate the body, move the items. McBride and Logan
learn the spells.
Learn the two spells that the Dr. Van Helsing references, and Dr. Van Helsing retires into the pasture to come back at a later date.
Yeah, and the Elder Sign shield is mounted on the inside of the secret room door.
And I put a crucifix on there too and do a blessing.
Okay. The crucifix and the Elder Sign.
Absolutely. Side by side.
Dominus Ominous.
The double whammy.
Yep.
All right. All right, let me look about these spells here. There it is. This says typically a spell can be learned in 1 week or less when learning a spell from another person.
And you guys both know Latin?
So it's still going to take some time.
Are you sure that McBride doesn't know Greek, Sean? It's starting to bug me.
No.
I have 5% chance to know Greek?
Latin, Greek, and or Latin, French, and Arabic.
All right.
Those are good languages, Monsignor.
I know.
Those are all really good languages, man.
You said you
French and Arabic. That's definitely useful.
Arabic. I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, French too.
All right, so I guess the plan is for Dr. Van Helsing to teach these spells. What spells are we talking about here?
Blessed Blade and Aerial Servant.
Okay.
Do you know the Elder Signs spell too, Tom? Or do you just know where it is in the book?
I think I did know it, but I don't think I ever cast it.
We wouldn't want to learn the one in Necronomicon anyways. It's the other book.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right. Gotcha.
The one in the Necronomicon is costly.
Gotcha. You're right.
All right, so it will take less time, but there is also a chance of failure tied to this. So let's just do this one at a time then. And I'm assuming at this time that Dr. Van Helsing would also be taking some time during this week or so to finish learning Blessed Blade himself.
Yes.
It's another couple of days or so. I'm just looking at my calendar here. So So Sunday. Now we've gone into September 1924.
Sunday we have mass. I invite them all.
We go.
I mean, Alessio definitely goes. He needs to go to confession.
I guess.
Hope you're ready for a crazy confession, Monsignor.
I invite them all to confess. Yes.
Yeah. The Archbishop usually doesn't conduct mass himself. That's
Right.
what Father O'Connor is for.
Sure.
You oversee. As the Archbishop, Tom, you oversee several churches, probably a couple dozen churches. Okay. This just happens to be
Your home base.
A special kind of place for you in Inverness, at least for the last several years.
It's the mother church.
But would I know? I would oversee the church in Canich, wouldn't I? Wouldn't that be part of my my parish?
No, not necessarily.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
No. I think I determined that you were. I don't know. Let's look here. Where is it? It's the you are the Archbishop for the See of Aberdeen and Orkney, which is a good chunk of coastal Scotland. It's in the I guess the southeastern area of Scotland.
Okay.
Several 100-mile radius. And you know what? I guess Canich would actually fall into that area. Now that I think about it, I don't have the map in front of me, but I believe it would.
So I may not know the priest there personally, or the father there personally, but I would have at least some connection to him.
You would. You may not. Yeah, you may not know him personally, but you know who he is.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Any problems with him as of late? Has he reported appropriately to the Pope and has met his obligations?
I believe his name is Father McDougall. No problems.
Okay.
Of late.
Oh no, wait, Father McBride.
Huh?
Father McBride. I see a Father McBride in the list of characters up above.
Yeah, that's you. I don't think there's any Father McBride in there. Let's see.
There's a.
No, that's Inspector McDougall. The priest. Oh, it is. His name is McBride, but it's MacBride.
Oh, no relation.
MacBride.
No relation. Yeah, his name is indeed. It is Father McBride.
Well, that really is a coincidence.
Not really. There's a lot of McBrides.
That's true. O'Connor's, McBrides. That's true.
Yeah, pretty common name. All right, so let's do this. So let's say that Dr. Van Helsing learns Bless Blade. Okay, he has learned that spell now. He's not cast it yet, or not tried to do it, but he has learned it. So now he can teach it to others. So let's do this, I guess, in order, like who's going to learn what first, because this could take some time, guys. I'm just letting you know, this could take weeks. I mean, depending on how you want to do this.
I think it's okay, because as long as we're in this secret room and we have the shield mounted on the door protecting these items, the main thing is that box, So I think we can probably take the time to do the spell learning, guys. I mean, that's how I feel about it. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think that I'm
because the Blessed Blade spell is almost convinced. I mean, Alessio definitely is like, his machete was not doing what it needed to do.
Yeah, I'm convicted. I want to learn. This is exactly what I was hoping to do.
And
study. How much better study could I get?
Father McBride is more than curious about this stuff, although he doesn't believe it totally, but he is very curious about it. But at the same time, we're going to just non-player. We're going to need these spells. We're going to need them. So I think we need to do it. Oh, and then meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice, Lee, are you learning these spells or no?
No, Alessio doesn't want to learn any spells, man. He's
So-
like he does the sign of the cross. He's like, no, 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 no.
So what you need to do is figure out how to pick the lock on this damn box and get us in here. Open the box.
I think, well, I'm not skilled enough to do that.
I know you're not. You need to find somebody to do
Pick
it.
the locks.
Yeah.
Well, we definitely need to go
I've
at
got
some point. At some
locksmith
point.
skill.
Oh, you do?
Locksmith skill, yeah.
Oh, well,
I've
there
got
you go.
I've got a 26. It's not. I'm not great, but I could try.
But remember, this thing is sealed with wax and stuff. There could be some trap or something on it. That's what Alessio's concerned about. Be careful.
Yeah, Logan Grant actually has a little bit of background in criminality. Let's say as a young man, maybe you got mixed up with the wrong crowd, you know, and maybe you did your little fair share of breaking and entering, burglary, stuff like that, for a short period of time when you were younger. And that's how you came to be proficient at manipulating locks. Also, I think it would safe to say that Mr. Grant, as a young boy, became fascinated with myths and folklore in the occult and things like this. So it's been a very how old is Grant? What's his age?
He's 30.
Okay. So especially, having to do with his war experiences and what happened to him in the war, perhaps, what he saw or whatever, that just rekindled his whole childhood fascination with the occult and such. So yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say, like, Logan, you have become involved in something that perhaps ever since the war, this is, several years ago now, that you've been almost obsessed with this pursuit of knowledge into the occult. And this is where, when you became involved with Henry Hancock's digs and studies, he was kind of into that same kind of thing, So you felt yourself pretty lucky to be hooked up with Hancock because of that. But now that you've hooked up with these guys, and all this stuff is coming out, you're beside yourself. You're like,
Yeah, this is exactly what I've been looking for.
Giddy with cult freakiness.
But yeah, those days of, burglary and stuff when you were a teenager or whatever, this was a long time ago, but you still have some of those skills kind of, from back in the day. So let's see if Grant can have his way with the chest, shall we?
All right.
Let's see if he can get in there. I mean, it's probably just a matter of time.
Oh,
35. Use some luck. Use some luck,
not
dude.
yet.
You can push the roll.
Hey,
No,
can I
like,
use
make it.
can I use the luck?
Yes, absolutely.
Push it, it might
All right,
break.
well, then I'll chop. I guess I got to burn 9 to get it, but yep,
Do it.
do
Do it.
All right, very good. All right, I'm gonna get to my page here. What was it?
a poison gas cloud melts your face. Oh, Alessio was right.
How did you know that, Kyle? Did you read the book?
Sorry, I read ahead.
I think it comes
Jordan's
out
best character in the adventure so far. I
Isn't
show
that
up,
the
you die.
Adventure Tomb of Horrors?
Oh God.
All right.
But that's a crazy module.
So
I've
it
never
takes
gone through it, but I've heard of it.
It takes some time, Logan. You go through several broken lockpicks in order to gain access into this this iron box. And within the box, wrapped in very thick material, it's like thick linen. Wrapped in the linen is a wedge-shaped slice of what appears to be.
There you go, brother. Part
It
one.
appears to be made of solid gold.
Oh yeah, I melt it down, make a new ring.
And to give you, well, you can probably make 100 rings with this thing. It's fairly large. It's about 9 inches long,
Holy shit.
and about 6 inches wide on its outside edge. So actually, you know, full. If this were put, it looks like a third of a disc, and the whole disc would be the size of probably like a large dinner plate, maybe more than a foot across. The one side of the disc bears intricately carved lattice work, and it's kind of hard to tell because it's only a portion of whatever it's a piece of, but the lattice work seems to portray a central winged figure, perhaps a bird, maybe like a bird of prey, or possibly something more sinister. And sets of glyphs, very strange looking glyphs, occupy the interior of the top, the rim, and the edge of the disc. Very strange, almost hieroglyphic looking writing. The reverse side portrays what is obviously some sort of octopoid figure with stylized swirls and curves. It looks like it probably represents like stylized water. Also with runes engraved on it. And this octopoid figure, whatever it is, you can only see a piece of it, is set with dozens of tiny gems that glow even in the daylight. Green, red, blue, yellow, these tiny gems, it's inset into the gold, have this unnatural pulsing glow to them.
You should have one of those inset into the pommel of the sword, Tom.
Gem out. Boink.
Take two, put two on anything.
So just this section of the disc weighs a good, almost probably about 100 pounds.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
As I said, it's solid gold. It's thick.
Dude, that's some serious weight.
Yeah.
That's a serious chunk of gold.
Like 50 pounds.
It's a serious chunk of gold.
It is a very serious chunk of gold. As I said, one side portrays what appears to be some sort of winged figure, probably like a bird of prey of some kind. And the other side seems to portray some sort of octopoid figure with swirls and curves.
Have I ever seen anything like it? Do I have any history knowledge, anything occult, anything that would ring anything of what this would be?
Even with your vast knowledge of archaeology, the occult, you too, Logan, you also have some knowledge of archaeology and occult. These glyphs that are graven into this piece of a disc are very strange and nothing like you've ever seen. They're not Egyptian, they're not Phoenician, they're very, very strange.
Do they resemble the smaller discs that we have by any chance in any way?
No.
No, totally different.
No, other than the fact they're made of solid gold, no.
Right.
Kind of
Well,
like
I asked these guys, are you sure they just weren't after the value of the gold? There's a lot of gold here, gentlemen.
No,
could retire in this.
As
it
you guys
wasn't
are,
just the gold.
as you guys are inspecting it for the first time, in fact, you guys, Logan pulls it out of the chest and unwraps it, and first he lets you guys know he opened the chest. So you're all kind of standing around as he's unwrapping it. He sets it on the table and starts unwrapping it, and all of you almost involuntarily kind of gasp, when you see it, just because of its brilliance and the art. It looks very old. When you flip it over and you see these gems glowing with this octopoid figure, all of you begin to get this sort of dizzy and nauseous feeling.
Cover it. I avert my eyes.
As a matter of fact, the priest, McBride, you kind of feel a little dizzy and you kind of stumble and have to steady yourself from falling. You almost fall over.
Cover it and avert our eyes, man.
we cover it
It's
up.
actually, Yeah, it's actually pretty slight, you know. I mean, it's not like an overwhelming sensation, but you all do feel a little dizzy and nauseous as you're inspecting it.
All right,
Ain't right.
let's wrap this up, and I'm going to get my own iron box, and we're going to lock it back up in a new iron box from the church, and we'll have a key, and then we'll have our own key, so we don't have to pick the lock anymore.
Okay.
And we're going to lock it up.
I should say too, those of you with any kind of archaeology skill, I think Logan and Father McBride, you can attempt to study the glyphs on this section of the disc to see if you can cross-reference it with, you can go to a library, or something, or study the glyphs to see if you can figure out what they are. Okay.
Okay.
It'll take some time. Just let me know, at any time, you can take some time to study the disc.
While we're learning the spells, and we're going to want to learn the spells and study the glyphs then. Both.
Yeah. Well, one thing at a time. I mean, this is all very time intensive stuff.
Yep.
So we're almost done with the session here. Let's do this spell thing though, real quick, because like I said, it's going to take some time, game time. So who's going to learn what first from Dr. Van Helsing?
I'm going to step away for just a minute. You guys keep on, okay?
Sure.
I'm going to learn the Blessed Blade.
Okay.
Right,
we're both going to try Blessed Blade.
Roll a d8, Kyle.
All right. Or Tom or Kyle?
Kyle.
Two.
Okay, 2 days. Now, give me an intelligence check.
Nice.
Extreme success. All right, Logan, you have successfully learned Blessed Blade.
Hooray!
And it would be about this time, Tom, that Dr. Van Helsing's silver cane sword would be ready at the silversmith. So
I send out one of my altar boys to go retrieve it.
right. So you guys are in possession now of one silver cane sword.
And we immediately start contract for another one to be constructed.
Just one?
No, 4.
4. Okay.
What did you get 4 of?
We ordered 4 more cane swords.
I just thought of something. What's going to happen to the Crown and Shield fortune?
Oh no, it's going to pass to the doctor.
Yeah.
Because he's in the will.
Okay, that's right. I guess there was a bunch of cash in the safe deposit, like tens of thousands of dollars, I would imagine.
But I mean, that's the other thing is like, doctor, you have to contact David Lee Roth and get the process started to switch.
I do.
Right. Okay.
The doctor will start all the legal proceedings.
All right. So 4 silver cane swords.
He gives half to the church and the other half to everybody else.
It's like $350 a pop. That's a lot of cash. All right. Who's going to learn what next?
I'll learn the blade.
Okay, Father McBride. Roll a d8. Three days. All right, now give me an intelligence test. Makes it. All right, Father McBride learns Blessed Blade. It's a little disturbing that you have to do a sacrificial ceremony to do it, though. God Almighty might not be okay with that. You're not quite sure. You're going to have to check your canon.
I go back to the Old Testament.
To fight the devil, it's okay.
Of course, yeah.
I go back to the Old Testament.
Go back to the Old Testament. There's got to be something in there.
Thou shalt use horrible spells to smite down thy enemies. Oh, there it is, right there.
All right, who's next? Alessio?
Oh, he's not
I'm
going to
not-
learn anything.
I'm not learning any spells. I'm just guarding these guys with my machete and looking out for them while this is going on.
All right.
Constantly listening to the door. Is there something out there? I don't know.
Probably.
Let's do Elder Sign next.
Did you guys go to the silversmith again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom, or not Tom, but with Dr. Van Helsing and
I'd like him to.
Excellency.
Yeah, I'd like him to make some silver bullets for us
Okay.
for sure.
We order those as well. Those should be taken a lot easier. That should be easily made quickly.
What kind of weapon skills do you guys have? I asked Logan and the Monsignor.
Well, I've
Weapons.
done a good bit of sport shooting.
You have? What kind of sport shooting have you done, sir?
Same thing with
Oh.
McBride.
Rifles and shotguns mainly, and I'm not afraid to keep my fitness up by doing a little boxing and fighting. Don't like to get punched very much, but if I have to, I can defend myself.
Well, I would say pick your favorite rifle or shotgun and let's make some silver bullets in that particular caliber or cartridge. And the same thing with you, Monsignor. Are you good with a sword, or are you good with a gun? You know how to use a pistol or a shotgun?
Actually, I hunt quite often with my Masonic brothers, and we also have a fencing club. So I'm pretty good with a sword.
Well, okay, so you can use a shotgun or a rifle.
Shotgun.
Shotgun.
Oh.
All right. Well,
And rifle. Same thing.
okay. Well, again, pick out your favorite caliber or cartridge and get some silver bullets made. Alessio will pay for it.
I start shaking my
Yes.
head. Silver bullets.
Yeah, silver bullets.
Mm.
So let's get
At this
just in
point,
case.
I'm like, okay, if, I humor them and go ahead and do it, but I'm still.
Yeah, you kind
silver
of know what
bullets.
he's getting at, like werewolves, really. But then again, at this point, it's been several days since you've been around these guys. McBride has. I mean, it shouldn't be any
Sean?
surprise.
Sean,
Do you
I'll
have
have the silversmith make me a silver axe.
Okay. No, I should point out too, you guys, that when you cast Bless Blade, when you actually bless the blade and do the ritual and everything, it doesn't have to be you that uses it. So you could create, an enchanted weapon per se, and somebody else could use it.
Yes, that's why we're having the bladesmith make 4 more.
But then again, I'm assuming that you guys are learning this because people are going to die, and or go insane.
Yeah, well,
Use the weapon.
that's why I'm having him make the silver axe. So
Silver axe. Okay.
yeah, it can be blessed because Alessio's he can't use a sword, but he can use an axe.
Okay.
Right, because or does sword fall under brawl? It doesn't. It has to be a specific skill, right?
Well, the spell Bless Blade can be used to enchant any weapon, whether it be a cudgel, except firearms, of course. Any hand-to-hand weapon, a cudgel,
Gotcha.
an axe, a sword, whatever,
Okay,
a bayonet, even.
right.
It doesn't have to be a sword.
Cool.
But to use a sword, you should have, a fencing or sword skill.
Right, yeah. Alessio only has the axe skill.
So, well, let's review this then. Do we really want the 4 silver sword canes?
Why don't you do bless the silver axe? Yeah. So 1 silver axe, and who else can use a sword?
Silver either. It just has to be like an elemental metal, like iron would work as well.
Okay, iron axe would be just as good.
Well, the Monsignor already has a sword cane that's made of iron, or did I get silver since?
No, he doesn't. He's got a regular sword cane.
Yeah, so he definitely needs a silver sword cane. And what about Logan? You can use a sword. Is that correct? You're fencer.
I was going to use a cricket bat if you don't mind.
Okay. The +1 cricket bat.
Awesome.
Would it have to be made from iron to be blessed?
Yeah. iron, silver. I think that's really all the book mentions.
Okay.
Well,
That's what we
whatever.
want to have made.
Okay.
A cricket bat, a sword, or I'm sorry, the cane sword, which is already made, and an axe. So really, we're asking the Silverman for a cricket bat. You know, we want 2 cane swords because the doctor still wants a cane sword.
Okay.
But
I guess like lead would work too. You know, you could use lead.
Yeah, and then the cartridges for these guys' guns.
Yep.
So for Logan, Kyle, I mean, it could be just a lead pipe.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Or iron pipe, right?
Iron pipe, yeah.
All right, yeah, iron pipe. A large iron pipe.
Monsignor says he's probably got one back in the tool shed for all
Right.
the plumbing we just put in recently.
If he's gonna say tool shed, I'd prefer him to use the term work shed.
The work shed. The work shed.
His mechanic has like some iron breaker bars lying around. You know?
Hey,
Crack those bolts.
what can we get away with as far as rifles and
Shotguns are what's going to be available for you,
Yeah,
and
you're
so
not going
that's
to be able to buy any rifles in England.
so we need to get shotgun slugs, silver slugs, or silver buckshot. Is what we'd be doing. So
I mean,
if you have
unless you can get some black market action going on, you know.
Could I get some rifles for my Masonic buddies who go hunting for fox and stuff? Do they have rifles or do they use shotguns?
I don't know. We can talk about that. I mean, yeah. I mean, you may be able to find some, get your hands on some hunting rifles and such.
Okay.
You know, bolt action kind of stuff. Nothing too spiffy.
Okay.
just get a 303 Enfield, man.
You know.
It's a great rifle, or a
Yeah.
30-06, or any of those.
Yeah, I mean, being an archbishop, you know, you have some pull and some influence and be able to get a permit pretty easily, I think.
Hi, laddie. Give an old man a gun so he can go.
Is the IRA active in 1924?
I don't know.
It's a good question. I don't know either.
Actually, I would imagine, you know, the archbishop being, you know, an avid hunter and everything, he would probably have rifles.
Yeah, and he could probably get away with having them because he's the archbishop.
Sure. Yeah, you guys have access to things like that, you know, 303 Lee Enfield, stuff like that. Yeah, no problem.
all right, well, I'll get the 303
Arm up rifle, guys.
Yeah.
So almost like about a week and a half has passed now. We're in the second week of September. So you guys have spent almost 2 weeks in Inverness at this point. And you're waiting for the silver cane, some bullets.
Elder sign and summon beastie.
Airy traveler.
Yeah.
Give me a sanity roll for Dr. Van Helsing.
Oh boy. Stand by. Ugh.
So one of these days that you guys are spending at the church, Dr. Van Helsing, you feel this sort of compulsive urge to inspect the golden portion of the disc.
It's locked up in a box. He can't get to it.
You guys locked it back in the box?
I locked up in my own box. The archbishop got his own iron box with a key on it and locked it. Not in the same box, so we don't have to pick it again.
Okay.
Logan shoots a crucifix off the wall with his Lee Enfield.
Just checking to see if I got the.
It works. It works.
I just wanted to make sure I put the input in correctly there. Looks like it worked.
Okay. So one day, Dr. Van Helsing is in the washroom in Father McBride's, you know, private residence within the church. And he's kind of washing his hands and his face and stuff and shaving.
Here comes the melting hands.
And you become Dr. Van Helsing sort of becomes entranced in his own reflection. And he's looking at himself in the mirror for like an hour straight. And you kind of snap out of it, and you feel like you've been standing there for days. Then the next day, the same thing happens. You find yourself standing in the restroom looking into this mirror. And suddenly, behind you is standing a blonde-haired woman.
Yeah.
And you turn and look, and she's not there. And then you
Damn.
turn and look back in the mirror, and it's not you anymore. There's a blonde-haired woman in the mirror. And you begin screaming, ah! You freak out. You lose one sanity.
Fuck.
So one day you hear Dr. Van Helsing screaming, from the washroom, and he comes running out, and he's like under the table,
There was a
covering
brain
his eyes.
interruption.
He's like, say something! Say something!
Yeah, we crank up the Victrola.
Yeah.
Turn on, put a record on,
I
phonograph.
slap books on the counter as hard as I can for a few minutes.
Say something. All right, so let's get this over because I don't want to keep you guys too much longer here. So who's learning Elder Sign?
Both of us.
Okay, who's going first? Whoever's going first, roll a d8.
I'll do it.
All right, go.
All right, go ahead and roll for Logan. D8.
Fuck, 8 days.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you guys weren't going to learn the Elder Sign spell out of this book. You were going to wait till
Oh, that's right. We got to get the other
ones.
book, man.
We have
Is
the
that
other
it?
book.
Okay, that's what you're learning it from.
as long as
Okay,
we-
Yeah, we have the other book.
Van
Okay,
Helsing
okay.
is teaching them. That's what's going on, right?
okay. Just
And
making sure.
Give me an
Sorry,
intelligence
pardon me.
check for Logan.
Say again. Intelligence check.
Yeah, an intelligence check for Logan. Yep.
Hooray!
All right, you learn Elder Sign. And who else is learning Elder Sign? Father McBride.
Yep.
All right, roll a d8. Yeah. You guys are burning the whole month of September here. No telling what's going on in Canich now.
Oh God.
Well, apparently not much because that lady just can't get enough of us. We sexy, everybody. Ooh.
Makes his intelligence check. Father McBride has learned Elder Sign.
He knows that spell real good.
They're
Yeah.
real good.
And what's next?
Aerial servant.
Airy Traveler, yeah.
Yes, aerial traveler. Go, Kyle, go.
I'm
No,
pausing between this. I'm like, are you sure you guys want to learn these spells? All these spells? Sure you don't want to stop?
Nope. Dude, aerial servant got us where we are
Saved
today.
us.
All right, hang on. All right, so one day,
One
Uh-oh.
day
It-
in the forest.
it's a Sunday.
After mass or before mass? Or
Before
during
mass. Before mass. Dr. Van Helsing, you're in the washroom again.
Damn it.
And
Okay, he's not alone. We don't leave Doctor alone.
okay. Well, Alessio, you're in the washroom with Dr. Van Helsing, just kind of sitting there reading a paper, while he's shaving, just to keep an eye on him. And you hear this sound. There's indoor plumbing here, You hear this sound coming from the toilet. Like a bloop. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Both of us hear this
Yeah.
sound?
Yeah. See, it
Oh.
looks like the toilet begins to overflow. There's like water kind of
So I'll
flowing up.
grab the doctor by the collar and I start dragging him out of the bathroom. Man. I'm like, get out of here, man.
Unless he drags the doctor everywhere down the street.
Yeah, exactly.
He's again just kind of staring into the mirror as you grab him by the collar.
Yeah, I'm pulling him away.
As you're pulling him away from the mirror, Alessio, you kind of look over and you see this black goo coming up out of the toilet. And
I'm like, run!
And actually, it's not goo. It looks like masses of black worms. And you see this figure start rising up out of the toilet. It looks like a head. It looks like a human head
I didn't look at it anymore.
Its head is entirely composed of black writhing worms.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
my
out. I'm out of here, man.
Give me a sanity check.
I'm out of here.
Dr. Van Helsing
Run.
too.
Run. No.
Oh, I made it.
Wow. Okay,
Made
both
it.
you guys lose 1 sanity, and that's where we'll end the session.
We lose 1 sanity for making it?
Lose 1. Yep.
Damn.
And that's where we'll end it. We'll
Whoa!
Wow.
What a crazy game. It's a lot of action.
The doctor is losing too much sanity too quickly, man. We got to get him to. There's going to be less of them.
Yeah. So we'll deal with the black worms coming out of the toilet next session.
The monsters went full
I'm
pat.
afraid. I'm afraid the doctor may be sharing a room with Jacob Crowninshield. They'll be neighbors. Is that you, Doctor? Pumpkin's right down the way.
Actually, Van Helsing did a really good job of hanging in there this session.
Oh my God! Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Can't believe he's still alive.
Still with us.
Poor doctor, man. He's been through hell. 27 sanity points. By the way, if you lose enough sanity to equal your Cthulhu Mythos skill, your entire worldview changes at that point. And
So what has to happen?
when your
Sanity
sanity
equals
reaches your Cthulhu Mythos skill level,
Okay.
your whole worldview just kind of collapses, and it's not like you're permanently insane, but that is kind of the tipping point where nothing will ever be the same for that character again, and there's really
You get your full-time cultist card at that point.
My Cthulhu Mythos is a 13, so I'm not too far away.
Yeah, Tom, you should be at 14.
Oh.
The last time you had a bout of insanity from a Mythos whatnot, you should have gained 1, so you should be at 14 Cthulhu Mythos now.
A Mythos whatnot.
Just 1, or do I roll?
Just 1.
Okay.
So every time you have a bout of madness from any Mythos source, you gain 1 Cthulhu Mythos. You get
So for the horse thing too, right?
Well, he didn't have a bout of insanity from that.
Ah, gotcha.
He rolled good enough to not have to
To
deal with
avoid the horse thing.
But what we did with the mirror thing and whatever's going on with the blonde woman, that was sort of maybe a delusion, maybe not. But he's going to have delusions every now and then where he has to make a reality check, and that's what that was for. And if you fail your reality check, then you lose a sanity. So time is kind of short for Van Helsing. The more time he takes without getting help, the more he's going to start losing from these fucking delusions that he's having.
So let these damn spips learn and get into the hell of train to.
Oh yeah,
Well, first we're going to have to deal with the thing in the toilet.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's coming out of the toilet, whatever it is.
What evil brought into my church.
Yeah, it's not pleasant.
I slammed the door behind me.
Yeah.
Definitely, I'm like.
Yeah, in the Father McBride's in a separate room, getting ready to, attend mass or whatever, and Logan, you're kind of flipping through some of these books. You're looking at the Somerset tablet, notes and stuff like this, just kind of flipping through it, and you hear like this kind of shout from the washroom, and you look over and you see Alessio come out. He's got the doctor by the collar, and he's got this wild look in his eyes.
Yeah,
I said, the pleasure's
yell,
getting in the washroom, boys.
Yeah, and you see this like black oozy water coming out on the floor.
I'm like, abomination. That's not abomination. That isn't water. Those are worms. I'm like, those are worms. So I run.
Abomination.
Yeah.
What's abomination in Italian? He comes out screaming,
That's
Abominio! Abominio!
Yeah.
Let's see.
Exactly. That's
Well,
perfect.
I'm gonna check it out here. Let's see. We got it now.
I just look at this. Apparently,
Followed by a bunch of Italian curse words.
Yes. Forget about it.
Hold on, we're
What are you
almost
gonna
there.
do? What are you gonna do?
Run.
All right, fellas.
Obama Medio.
Yes. Abominio.
Awesome.
All right, dude.
GG,
Gentlemen,
that was really
great. Thank you very much. That was so cool. Can't wait till next week.
Yeah, next week will be interesting.
Yeah.
Uh,
sure. I did get my plane tickets, guys.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, 14th. Yeah, so 10th. Arriving on the 10th, leaving on the 15th, because
I
it
thought you were
was.
still looking for prices or something.
I am still looking at tickets. They kind of like spiked for Tampa.
Great.
I found but then they came back down.
Okay.
So,
Well, let me know which one you're getting, Kyle, because I'll go
yeah,
on the same
absolutely.
thing.
I think this afternoon I actually found one that was like reasonable. You know, it was
yeah,
like
I'll be getting mine like later this week or early next week.
Okay.
Alex is coming with me, so he's gonna be out there with us.
all right.
Awesome.
So it'll be
Finally,
cool.
Yeah.
he's gonna finally rejoin the party. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time, man. I can't wait. What are we
Be
talking
awesome.
about for lodging out there? Do we have an idea or?
Well,
Probably-
I'm starting to look around, and I don't know, Kyle. I don't know if you've looked in Denver, but also, Colorado Springs isn't just a short drive away. There might be some good stuff there too. So I don't know how
Yeah,
we
I
want
mean, I was thinking we would do a VRBO. So because
Yep.
it'll be better and we'll have more leeway to do whatever we want there.
Yeah, we can get an actual rent a whole house.
Yeah, we could.
How much is everybody cool spending? How much a day on lodging? $50, $100? What?
That sounds about right.
It's fine.
And we're gonna
Somewhere
need-
in there.
I think
Yeah,
if we all can agree to like 100, I think
No. Yeah, but
only marble floors. That's it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I won't
we only
step foot in the
accept.
house.
Yeah, we only expect Italian marble.
Yeah, we're gonna want something with 5 beds,
Yep.
a sink, and a toilet. We're
and
good.
a big table.
And a
This is
deck.
Big table.
What's the date of this
Yeah.
again?
And a deck. May 10th to May 15th, or May 10th to May 14th, however you want to do it.
Okay.
I'm leaving on the 15th just because it made more sense with my ticket. It was cheaper to fly out on the 15th than it was on the 14th.
Okay.
I did notice it's a little cheaper sometimes if day ahead or day behind. Yeah.
Yeah, depending on the day. Yep. Yeah, but we'll start looking at lodgings and keep it in that price range for the number of people we have.
Okay. Cool.
Absolutely.
Alright.
But once we get all the flight times, we can kind of see if we can't, we'll just rent a freaking Escalade or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Or the good old Suburban.
I was just about to say we should rent a shitty Suburban that's all like
We can get a Suburban.
The beater.
matted up.
The beater. Yeah.
exactly.
78 Suburban. I love it.
Yeah, 78 Suburban with a 454. We're
There
good.
you go. That's it.
Oh my God.
Mainly,
Oh my God, dude.
don't
Let's
be
just not-
crust.
Let's just pray we don't come across any golf courses.
Oh my God.
Yeah, or side trucks.
Yeah, soft trucks.
Awesome.
All right, great
All right,
game, guys.
We'll
Alright.
see you next week.
Can I
Very
guys?
fun.
I will be in touch.
All right, guys.
Abominio!
Abominio.